I'm not typing. I don't know what you're talking about, Penguin, but I'm so not typing. That's a dirty accusation too. That's not cool. Yeah, that's right, Russell. This is my warm-up tap dance. Hey, the stream hasn't even begun yet. We're not allowed to talk.
orangutanes hacen lo que digo, yo soy. Que con la púa me dicen el tiro fijo, yo soy. Que al lado de los malos no me dan un brinco, yo soy. Que con mi fal de hoja nunca yo me rindo, yo soy. Marmalada de banana para ella, le sirve mucho porque ella está muy bella. Se ve más linda, se ve más bella, de salvariña, una doncella. Orangután y Superman, yo mando todo esto a tu papá. Yo soy el jefe de este lugar, yo soy el rey de la selva. El respeto no se pide, el respeto aquí se gana. Se nota que tú de la selva, te antoja mi sabana. Orangután y Superman, yo mando todo hasta tu papá. Yo soy el jefe de este lugar, yo soy el rey de la selva. El rey de la selva.
I like everyone, Aaron. I really do. So I got that covered. Dude, I hate uploading maps to Roll20. I want to like, Amy Faust, what up? How you doing? Oh, now I can actually start. All right, let's do this. Whee! All right, cool. Let's do this stuff. Live stream time. I was getting like a premature start by talking. I'm not supposed to talk during the 5-minute countdown. My agent told me it's like you can't talk during the 5-minute countdown. That's to build anticipation and stuff, you know, and I'm totally screwing that up. So what up, folks? How you doing? Fred's in the house, Soul Stitches, Raven Wolf, Grant Train, Atrex, Smashmaster, Beth N. Yo, good to see you guys. Philip Ketchup's in the house, Tashio, we got Penguin Butt, Leighton West, Paul Schreiber, Shaz R Deceiver. Let's see if you guys can type in stuff in chat faster than I can read your names off. Danny Maple, Matthew Maple, Thien, how's life? Fire, yo. Hey Sean, what up? Robert Christian in the house, representing the Ancient Dragons. He plays D&D with me. Apparently he likes it because he's been doing it for a while and he keeps paying and he keeps coming back. Oh no, now they're starting to pick it up. Rian, Boovoop, Cameron F, Thomas, Sir, oh man, Barking Cricket, hey what up dude, how you doing? Absolute Unit, Joshua Beardsford, Rainier, hey what up? Cody Jills, Completely Useful Trivia. Loogie my man, what's going on dude? I already said Smash Master. Dennis, Nate, Austin, Ravenwolf, hey. Melchior, what up dude? Yeah, sweet. Robert Ewan, what up? Lord Jazen, hey. Tristan. Ian McCurdy, whoa, what up dude? I know a guy with the last name McCurdy. Ver, hey, how you doing, buddy? Hassan Trower, hey, what up? Yes, it's Friday, and we nerds are hanging out and talking D&D. It's beautiful. All right, cool. So tonight, my show notes, very professional. On a what color is this? Purple? Is this purple or pink? This is not purple. This isn't purple, right? Is it pink? I don't know what color this is. What do you guys think? What color is this? Is that more purple or is that more pink? It's pink? Pink? Okay, cool. It must be pink. All right, so my show notes are on a pink sticky. Hey, you like that shirt? Soul Stitches? Cool, thanks, buddy. I got this from a company that I used to have a sort of agreement with, you know, but I haven't heard from them in like forever. And so I don't know if our agreement stands anymore. So now I'll just keep my mouth shut. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna do some Q&A, and then we are going to do we're gonna create some magic items tonight. D&D magic items. Hey Fred, what up, dude? The pig idol that creates bacon. Command phrase: all hail the mighty pig, bringer of bacon. Did we not do that last time or something, dude? Mr. T, what up, man? Welcome back to the Ancient Dragons. You must have, like, your membership, you're like, oh crap, I forgot to renew that. Because I know you've been around here before, man. If you have it, if my memory is totally messed up, dude, you get lots of benefits at your Ancient Dragon tier. So please shoot me a message over on my Discord channel to make sure, like, we have like monthly hangouts and private VIP Discord server and crap like that. So if you don't already have that, Mr. T, I'll hook you up. Just shoot me a message on Discord. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna create magic items. All the things, like in all of my streams, like what we create together is going to be available for the entire D&D community to use in their games, and they're going to be published over on my site, thedmlair.com, and you guys can all get that. I usually have that stuff loaded up by tomorrow morning sometime, right? I'm pretty quick about that, so yeah, go get that stuff. Magic items. Yeah, it'll be fun. And there's tons of other resources on that site too already. Adventures, free adventures, NPCs, villains. We've created random encounters, tables together. So all the crap we create is over there for free for people to get. So I think it's a good resource. I don't know. What was I gonna say? Okay, yes. So on Fridays, I stream here on YouTube. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I stream over on Twitch. So if you also want to catch those, there's a link to my Twitch down in the description. You can follow me over there, get notified when we go live. We hang out. We might start creating stuff over there. I answer questions. We paint miniatures and stuff, you know. So it's like we're all in quarantine. We're all locked in our houses. And so it's like, might as well just hang out and talk about D&D and stuff. So yeah, I do Twitch now. Mondays and Wednesdays on Twitch. So check that crap out. Okay, to all my patrons and members, our monthly hangout this month of May, which we just began, is going to be on May 30th. It's a Saturday. I'm doing it on a Saturday, kind of in the middle of the day, to give some of the folks over in Europe and whatnot, who sometimes can't make our weekday night ones, a chance to come hang out. So patrons, members, Saturday, May 30th is our hangout. So I'll be announcing that in places that I announce that stuff. So don't worry, but just giving you a heads up. All right. Last time, I don't know, last time we did it on Zoom, and we had there were about 15 of us all in Zoom just talking D&D for a couple hours. It was really fun. All right. Oh, Deceiver has a D&D session? Oh, that sucks, dude. Your games are on Saturday 2 to 10? I mean, you just call in sick, right? Is that how it goes? They won't always be on Saturday, dude. I'm explicitly doing this for folks like in Europe and other parts of the world, because when I do it at like 8 p.m. my time, like people in Europe are like, dude, that's 2 a.m. for me. And so I'm trying to shift the time a little bit to make it so that other people that sometimes can't come, you know, are able to. So that's the thought behind that. Accessibility. It sounds like some dumb stuff. Like for me to be so. All right, what was going on? What was going on? Okay, Fred had a thingy. I wanted to capture. So Fred, when we get into the. Thank you for the super chat too, by the way, dude. The $10, I appreciate that. I gotta open up that thing for you. I'm gonna put your idea here, or I'll forget. We'll see what we do with that, okay? I actually have a new official policy. Don't super chat ideas for item creation. It's like my new official policy. Like I don't accept super chats for ideas anymore. Not for the when we're creating stuff together. I want everybody to have a chance to like contribute to what we're doing without like, you know, people with money being able to like super ride everybody else's contributions or something. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. All right, cool. Let's do this. We got questions? Any questions? Let's do this. Questions have been drying up as of late, so we might just jump into creation early if we all get bored. So as a general rule, I'm just gonna let you guys know. Any question that begins with "What's your favorite?" is probably gonna be a question that like I don't answer. You're gonna get some vague, useless answer from me like, I love all the monsters in the monster manual. I love all the races. I love all the classes. I love all the, you know what I mean? Now, if you talk about modules, that's a more useful question. But if it's like races and classes and monsters and stuff, yeah, you're gonna get some useless answer from me. I love it. One of my moderators, they're capturing questions in a spreadsheet. And like immediately after I said that, 2 of the questions they had captured that began with "What's your favorite?" they read them out for me not to answer. Oh, that's amazing. Andrew, yes, Davy is still ghosting us. I have not heard any response from him about the thing we created, the one shot we created based upon the time we had him on stream. So yeah, I haven't heard anything from him yet. Ninja Theory Ashrabs, what up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you again. Any tips on uploading maps to Roll20? Yes. Punch Roll20 in the mouth. It's a pain in the friggin' butt. Like, uploading maps is not hard, dude. But, like, then you have to, like, resize them. You gotta stretch them. You gotta get them to fit the right units and crap. You gotta get them to mesh up with the grid, you know? I usually beat my head against the wall for a while. And then I feel better. And then I upload some maps. Once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. Uploading maps to Roll20. There are tutorials out there. You can do a Google search. You can do a YouTube search. There are people with tutorials that I've watched that explain how to upload maps. But my biggest tip is to hit your head against a wall. That usually helps. Roll20 is frustrating like that. Candace Hart, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Yes, getting them to align is a pain in the butt. My biggest tip for maps in Roll20 is, however you make the map, you need to know, there are 2 things you want to do. 3 things. Know what the dimensions are of the map when you export it. So if it's 40 units by 40 units, like 40 squares by 40 squares, remember that. And then when you go into Roll20, create a new map in Roll20, like, you know, at the very top, that's 40 by 40. And then you import the PNG file or the JPEG file. And then when you upload it, and then you put it on that 40 by 40 map, it's gonna show up as one little tiny square. And so then you right click on it, and there's actually an option to like set dimensions, I think it's called, and then you change the dimensions to 40 by 40. It'll blow up to the right size, and then all you have to do is drag it so that all of the edges line up. At that point, you're good to go. So once you get that trick down, it's pretty easy. Wow. We have done traps before. Will we do a cursed item live stream? I don't know. That's an idea. We probably could. Like, this is interesting because like a lot of times I'll get suggestions for live streams and I'll be like, I don't like that. But then people keep bugging me and I eventually do it. Like we just did a puzzle creation one, I think, was it last week? People bug me to do it and then I finally cave in and I do it. And it actually turns out to be a lot of fun and really good. And so I should probably take suggestions more often. The trick with cursed items is to make them actually not suck. I've handed out cursed items at my tables before. My players are like, not using it, thanks buddy. Good try, we're just gonna go sell it. So that's the trick. Or like you don't, when they identify it, you don't tell them it's cursed. And then it feels like a DM screw job. It's like, oh, thanks. We cast the identify spell on it and it didn't tell us it was cursed. Thanks, Mr. Dungeon Master, for giving us a handy old screw job. So it's like, you know, I don't know. So the trick is to make the curse be like, make the benefits be good enough that they're willing to endure the curse. You know what I mean? That's the trick. You know, I don't think I found that balance quite yet. Nothing works on death saving throws. I missed you answered that question. Omer. I'm gonna go with Omer. Nothing modifies death saving throws. Like the rules literally say in the player handbook that like no modifiers can be applied to death saving throws. None. It's a straight rule, period. And I would not allow luck points to be used with death saving throws. No way. It's a straight rule. You shouldn't have dropped to 0 hit points. Congratulations on dropping to 0 hit points. Now we're having fun. Yeah, it's 50-50. Lord Jazzen says, how often do simple NPCs end up being loved by the party and the party keeps checking on them? I don't know. How often? Like 1% of the time. Most NPCs, even NPCs you put a lot of effort into, players are just like, whatever, we don't care. But then they'll latch on to the most random NPC for whatever reason, and they'll actually like it. And when that happens, that's the NPC that you really want to use. Figure out how you can incorporate him more into your game, make him a focal point and stuff, because the players finally care about an NPC. Have you ever made a campaign with very few rest opportunities? No, Andrew. Like rest opportunities are already rare in my games. Short rests are cool, but in the middle of an adventure to take a long rest? I made a whole video about that. Like, my players know, for the most part, that taking a long rest in the middle of an adventure is usually a bad idea. So, I don't really have to do anything besides run my dungeons realistically. And when you take 8 hours to sleep and rest in a dungeon, bad guys are gonna find the bodies of the ones you already killed. They're gonna, or if you hide them, they're gonna be like, where'd all our guys go? The alert's gonna be sounded. They're gonna start looking for you. They're gonna be organized. You know, when they find you, they're gonna sound the alarm. People are gonna converge on you. You know, like resting in a dungeon is a bad idea. And if you're like, oh, well, we'll just leave the dungeon and rest, and then we'll come back. Well, the same thing happens. They find out that they've been attacked, and then the attack somehow didn't finish. And so they reinforce their positions. They get help from the next dungeon. You know, they call up more monsters, more reinforcements. They're on alert. Or what if you wipe out half of the? This is even more interesting. What if you wipe out half of the dungeon, and then the players are like, okay, we gotta go rest. They leave the dungeon to go rest. And then the people in the dungeon are like, oh crap, we just been devastated. They pack up their crap and they leave and go somewhere else. Then the players come back and they're just like, oh crap, It's an empty dungeon. Nope, where'd they... Oh, crap. Oh, we didn't accomplish our mission objective. What? Now we gotta fight. You know? That would be even more fun, I think. They're just gone. They left. Because they were under attack and they freaked out and packed up. Brosado says, is there a link to your background music? It's Epidemic Sound. You can just Google search that. Like, I pay them to be able to play their music. And I think you probably have to have a paid, I think you might have to pay to like listen to their music and stuff. But it's possible you can just listen to it. Like, I pay them to be able to like use their music on my streams and on my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? It's possible you can just go to their site and listen to it at home for free. I don't know. Not sure how that works. Kyle Remond, is a +5 weapon overpowered for players facing an aboleth? An aboleth is a CR10. That's nothing, dude. A group of like level 6s or 7s could take out an aboleth. And you would never have a +5 weapon for a group of level 6s or 7s. +5 is a legendary weapon for like level 17 and above. So 100% overpowered. And if you're level 17 and you're facing an aboleth, your dungeon master's gonna have to like ramp up the aboleth a lot. It's only a CR10. It's not even that powerful. As much as they're like, oh, the feared denizens, the ancient gods and stuff, it's like a CR10, dude. It's underwhelming, actually. Aaron Heidenreich says, is CR accurate? Should DMs build encounters based on CR? Or rather just skim through the MM and find something they like? No, use the CR system. The CR system is a good approximation. Yes, it's inaccurate. You'll get a feeling for your group, but you'll get a feeling for how powerful your players are, how good they are with tactics. And when they start munching through like hard and deadly encounters without a problem, well then you know you ratchet things up and you just play it by ear. I always use the CR calculator just to get in the ballpark. And then I'll use my brain and ratchet things if I need to, you know. Leighton says, any tips to convert old adventures into 5e rulings? Dude, it's a matter of converting the monsters over. Swap out the goblins, you know, with 5e goblins or something. You might have to recalculate some challenge ratings or something. And or there might be fewer or more goblins, you know. All of the other rulings, all of the other mechanics, I don't even like the difficulty to find traps, to disarm traps, to spot things and stuff. I don't even make that. I make that crap up on the fly, man, half the time. Like when I'm designing a trap for my games, I just design the trap. I don't care what the DCs are. I don't care. Like my players are going to roll some dice and they're going to say, oh, I rolled a 13. Oh, that's probably not high enough. Oh, I rolled an 18. Oh, that's good. I rolled a 15. Okay, you find it. You know, it's like, I don't care what the DCs are. When I'm running the game, it's more about like the tension, the drama, and making things fun and interesting, you know, than like cold hard numbers, you know. But I do like the rules. I do follow the rules and stuff. I am not at all advocating that you throw the rules out the door. And my players will tell you that I'm a rules boy too. But as far as the way I see it, what difference does it make if before the game starts I decide the DC is 15, or during the game I decide the DC is 15? Either way, I'm making that decision. So it doesn't matter whether I do it then or I do it then. So that's for those things, that's the way I see it. It's the same with monsters. Like a monster's special ability. A Minotaur breathes fire now, let's say. I don't know. What difference does it make if I decide that Minotaur breathes fire before the game begins, or if I decide that he breathes fire during the battle, when the battle just started? Doesn't matter at all. If that battle is going disappointingly easy and the players are trouncing that Minotaur, then it's dramatic and interesting for the Minotaur to suddenly open its mouth and breathe fire on them. And they're just like, bam, holy crap, now we're in trouble. The dynamic of the battle has changed. Things are more interesting now. Like, why not do that? You know, I'm not trying to murder my players' characters. I'm trying to make the game fun for them. And having that flexibility to do that stuff on the fly, you know, to cultivate the game experience is a powerful tool. You're right. The penguin, but the players do not know the difference. They don't know the difference. Whether I planned it or whether I made it up on the fly, they don't know the difference. Unless they get a hold of my game notes. And they'll be like, Luke, I have your notes. You totally made that crap up. And I'll be like, yeah. Did you have fun? Well, yeah, we had fun. It was an amazing session. Okay, is there a problem? Okay, we're good. Oh, Thien. I have a player who asks to check again when someone rolls low on something, but he doesn't do this when they roll high. How would you handle this? I would look at that player and I'd be like, you know, player, I've noticed that when you roll low, you ask other people to check again. And when you roll high, you never ask people to check again. Why is that? They're metagaming, dude. They're clearly metagaming. Like, you know, it's like, I would probably just razz my player. I would be very direct and probably a little confrontational, I don't know. But I would directly be like, dude, this is what you're doing. And that's metagaming. And then they probably have, either they would be like, yeah, you're right, okay, cool. Or they would have some like, well, you know, just want to make sure because, you know, we might have missed that secret. It doesn't matter. Either way, I'll probably just confront them and just call them out on it, but that's it. I'm not gonna take it any further. I want them to know that I'm not an idiot and that I recognize exactly what they're doing and I'm calling them out on it, you know? And then at that point, if they choose to stop doing it, great. If they choose to keep on doing it, whatever. I'm not going to make an issue out of that. That's not something that I'm going to make a stink over in a game. I mean, I'm not going to let them think that they're pulling a fast one on me, you know. I'm going to make sure that they know that I know what they're doing, you know, but I'm probably going to drop it at that. Because we're there to have fun, not like get worked up over little tiny stupid stuff, you know. It's like people who like cheat on their dice rolls and stuff. We had a player who was cheating on all of his dice rolls all the time. Dropped an 18, dropped a 20, it's just like, and he's got like these stacks of books built up around him so nobody can see what he's actually rolling. Literally, like he had like pop cans and stuff, pile of books over here. He had like a little castle built around his dice rolls. Nobody could see what he was rolling. And he's always rolling super high. We all knew he was cheating. But like, that's not the thing that I'm gonna make a big stink about. You know, it's not. Now, when the player insults another player and causes that player to leave the game, yeah, I'm on top of that. You know, I pick my battles, you know. The player's screen. Yes, Janshevik, player's screen, 100%, dude. Yakumo, what up, dude? How much changes for future plans depending on what happens during a session? New ideas, things you... Oh, a lot, dude. A lot. My players have done things before in sessions that have created new adventures for them to go on. Ask my Ancient Dragons. So recently in my Ancient Dragon game, my patrons that play with me, they decided, one of the players decided he wanted to change characters. And so I had came up with an idea for his old character to leave the group, which involved basically attacking some of the group's like hirelings and then trying to steal money from them and then stealing their horse. My phone's going off. And what was I gonna say? I thought it was just gonna be boom, the old character left, and then everybody just keeps playing the game. But like, my players were adamant that they wanted to track down their former companion and bring justice to him. Find him because he stole their horse, which they were very concerned about. They loved their horse. They wanted to track him down and bring justice to him. And I was just like, okay. And so I made up an entire adventure that was basically them tracking down their old companion, you know? And that was like 2 game sessions to track down their old companion. And they ended up... Did they kill him? I don't remember. I'd have to look at my game notes. They may have killed him. They may not have killed him. I don't recall exactly. But yeah, definitely, depending on what happens during the game, things change. You know? It's harder to do if you're running a module, but it's an opportunity when you're running a module to exercise your creativity and make up a little side quest for them to go on, instead of only just sticking to the module. You know? Thien! Thank you, Thien, for the $1.99 super chat. Thien says there's merch down below the video. Oh, Robert says the wizard slit his throat and killed him. Yes. Okay, so we did kill him. We did. Okay, cool. YouTube like held your comment for review because you were talking about violence. Just letting you know. Oh yeah, there's merch down below. You can get like shirts and hoodies and stuff that say the DM Lair on it. Down below the video. Thanks, Thien. Yeah, Danny's the merch monarch. Is that what we called you? The merch king, the merch monarch, the merch queen. I forget. That's Danny's official title. Dito Fox, what do you do when your players do something you don't expect? I do the best I can to roll with it. I make crap up, and I just do my best. That's all anybody can do. And while you're doing that, you try to keep the straightest, calmest, confident face you can, as if you anticipated everything they could possibly do, and there's nothing that they can do that can surprise you. That's the trick. Which usually is just you sitting there with that face, and then as they're having their 20-minute discussion, because you know how players like to have those, your brain is like trying to figure out what the heck you're gonna do. But you're just calm and cool the whole time, and you're just like, okay, that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's the only trick I got for you, dude. Benedict, whose last name I'm just gonna say A. I don't know how to get that, buddy. Homemade adventure already made. Both. I enjoy both. Modules are good, dude. Modules, like, the more and more I read modules, I'm just like, oh, there's so much good stuff in these modules. And it does a lot of the work for the Dungeon Master. But I've been doing homebrew my whole life too. Adventures. I don't create worlds. That's a waste of my time, in my opinion. I create homebrew adventures. Blovoop says, do you agree with the nerf of Healing Spirit? Like, who doesn't agree with that nerf? Like, who thought that a level 2 or 3 spell that's more powerful than a level 7 or 8 spell is not overpowered? Like, I'd like to know the rational argument for being able to do, what was it, like 10d8 healing per person in like 1 minute? Like, how is that not overpowered? The nerf is 100% legitimate. My mind, you're triggering me, dude, into a rant. My mind is always blown that they even allowed that into official game content and did not find that during playtesting. And my mind is blown that it took them 3 years to fix it. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, as soon as it came out, you should have been like, oh crap, we screwed up. They did something to nerf it. I forget exactly what the nerf was. But they don't call it a nerf. They call it a what do they call it? There's an official term, errata. They errated it. My favorite module right now, dude. I love Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. You guys, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. The individual levels are so well designed. You have a variety of monsters, you have factions, you have different groups, you have the opportunity for like talking with them and, you know, interacting with them, strategizing, negotiating, and doing bunches of different stuff. The levels are super well designed. The only problem is that if you run it from just top to bottom as a mega dungeon, that could be kind of lame. And there's no real incentive for players to do it. Really, the module gives you no incentive to actually run the game. You have to make that stuff up on your own. The way to do it, in my opinion, is to take all the different levels and just rip them out and put them somewhere else as standalone adventures. And then you come up with plot hooks for your players. Like, in my opinion, that would make it so much better. You know, and you obviously, the Dungeon Master's got to come up with plot hooks and stuff going on to motivate the players to go there. But that would make it so much better than just like a drilling to the bottom of a dungeon crawl. Candace, I'm telling you, every time I read one of the levels of Dungeon of the Mad Mage, I'm like, Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I've never read a level where I was like, pfft. And I can't say that for a lot of books. Storm King's Thunder, there's the whole chapter with just a detailed description of the North with random encounters, basically. And I'm just like, what was it? The Dragon Heist book? Like, it's an interesting idea to like have the different seasons and stuff in the back of the book, but you're only ever going to use like one of them, you know? And so a lot of that book is stuff you're never going to use. What else can I crap on? The Yawning Portal, like Tales from the Yawning Portal, half of those are just unplayable garbage in my opinion, at least for my groups. I'd have to like change if I ever wanted to use them, especially against the giants. And that Takamahaken one, Hidden Shrine of Takamahaken or something. Oh my gosh. So, what else? What else? Curse of Strahd, very good. That's like my number 2, I think. Like, Curse of Strahd is cool. I read it. I'm like about halfway through reading it right now because I'm about to run it for my Sword Coast Guard group. I read it, I'm just like, oh, this is cool. It doesn't impress me quite as much as Dungeon of the Mad Mage, though. Dungeon of the Mad Mage is, I'm like, woo. What else do I got here? Oh, I don't know. I think my steam on that subject just ran out. We'll just go on to the next one. The power of Curse of Strahd is not in the module itself. The power of Curse of Strahd is going to be how the Dungeon Master runs it, in my opinion. You got a good Dungeon Master running it, it's going to be amazing. You got a crappy Dungeon Master running it, and it's going to cause your group to break up like it did mine. I was in a group where we had a Dungeon Master run that module for us, and our group imploded, and we never played again. But that's more of a comment on the Dungeon Master than the module, let's be clear. Princes of the Apocalypse. The individual adventures in Princes of the Apocalypse are very interesting. I think the ones that I played through and read were good. But it has stupid dungeon. Like, I want to find the people that decided how to place these dungeons together and just like, why? Why? Somebody tell me why you would take a level 4 dungeon and right below it put a level 8 dungeon, and then a level 12 dungeon, and then a level 18 dungeon. Like, what exactly is going through your mind when you decide that the players can go down a flight of stairs and be in a dungeon that's now 4 levels higher? Like, I want to know what you're thinking, because they did that to every single location. There are 4 main locations, and that's how they're built. So it's like, it's stupid game design. So the Dungeon Master needs to figure out a way. Basically the way that module is meant to be played is you have 4 locations. You play one adventure here, you do 1 level, and then you go to this other dungeon location, do 1 level, and then you go to the other one and do a level, and then you go to the other one and do a level, and then you circle back to the first one and do 1 level. You go do level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2, level 3, level 3, level 3, level 3, level 4, level 4, level. Why would you do that? Like, why? It's so dumb. I can't believe it. Man. It just blows my brain. Robert, yeah. Descent into Avernus is cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. I haven't read... I've only played it. I haven't read any of it. Because I'm playing it, and that would ruin my game experience. Hey, Rainier. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Or are we already timing out, people? Thanks, Danny, for bringing down the wrench. These moderator wrenches are so dumb in YouTube. They need swords like Twitch. Robert Christian says, the best module to run is a first-time DM. No experience, so crappy DM. Jeez, I don't know, dude. I've heard Legendary Minds of Phandelver is good. That's what I've heard. But the ones that I've actually looked at, if I were recommending a module that I actually have experience with to a first-time Dungeon Master, this is hard. This is hard. You know, Dragon Heist is probably not too bad. I think there's a bit in it that's a little bit more challenging for a dungeon master to run. But I think Dragon Heist, Waterdeep Dragon Heist might not be that bad of a one to start with. Yeah, it's hard. I haven't read too many of the low-level modules, to be honest. I've played that, I've run that one before, so I know that that's a good module. I just think there's a bit in it that might be tricky for a new dungeon master, but I think they'll figure it out. I'd go with that one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Will Batrick says, what's your opinion of the Vestiges of Divergence and Arms of the Betrayers out of Mercer's Explorer's Guide to Wildemount? Wild-E-Mount, because wildebeest, as magic items. I have no idea. I've not read them. It's sitting on my shelf. Ask me in 2023. I'll probably have had time to read it by then. Currently, no opinion. What's your favorite moose for creating adventures? Muse? M-U-S-E. I don't know how to pronounce that. Shane McMillan, you're using words that I don't know how to pronounce. Like, why would you do that? I think a moose is something that inspires you to eat, like, you know, flank of moose or something. I would say the Monster Manual, Volo's Guide to Monsters, and Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. Reading through the lore of monsters and flipping through those pages is what gets me inspired to create adventures. It's a very loud E. Yes, Nico. Nico? Oh crap, I screwed it up. Didn't we have a conversation last stream about how I pronounced your name correctly once and then I stopped and I started screwing it up or something? I swear we had a conversation about that. Chocolate mousse, yes. Ooh. What's your favorite monsters? I'm getting a Go XLR. And it has pre-recorded things on it where you can push a button and it gives a pre-recorded answer. I need to have like a pre-recorded answer for some stuff. I don't have any favorite monsters. My favorite monsters are the monsters I've never played before in a game. Those are the ones I want to use. I get super bored super fast as a dungeon master. That's why when I'm a player, all my characters die very fast. Because I get bored and I get reckless and then the dungeon master kills them. Forgotten Realms lore, Rainier. The 2nd edition campaign setting for Forgotten Realms. If you could probably find it on eBay or something, or maybe Amazon, that's what I would recommend. Choose Muse. Thanks, Melchior. I'm gonna screw that up the rest of my life, though. I appreciate the explanation, but I'm probably still gonna screw it up. Muse. Why would they spell it? Why don't you just spell it the way it's pronounced? That's like a word that was designed to mess me up. Dead Lucky, what up, dude? I need to save money so I can super chat. I spent all my money. What are you trying to super chat, dude? Will says his Gary-inspired artificer got himself killed this week. Oh, that's awesome, dude. How do I feel about putting permanent effects on players, like a small curse or giving them a tail or something? That's fine. It doesn't affect game balance a whole lot. It's very minor, then it's not a big deal. If it actually gives them, I had a dungeon master once that allowed a human to be like a mutant and have 3 arms. And you know exactly what he did. One arm held a shield, giving him +2 to armor class, and the other 2 arms held a reach weapon, like a halberd or something. Massive advantage over every other player. Massive. And that's not fair. I've never played the justification game. I justify myself all the time. Hey, Layton, welcome back. Chicken King, how was my day? My day sucked, dude. I was in meetings all day for my job, and I don't mind being with people. I'm a pretty extroverted person and stuff. But when I was in remote meetings over my laptop, and it gives me a headache. By the end of an entire workday of being in meetings all day, I just have a headache. It's staring at the screen, it's listening to people's voices over a speaker that's not very good or something. It just gives me a headache, man. So but it goes away, you know. I just down a bottle of capsule medicine, I find. Not really. Oh, Thien, thank you, sir, for the $4.99. Appreciate it. My players beat a dragon last Saturday. Had Danny, Rainier, and Tom sweating hard. Someone died, but Danny saved them. Looking forward. Oh, that's cool, dude. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, don't go easy on them with dragons and stuff. They need to earn that crap. They need to earn that, for sure. Yeah, the hashtag question with question in all caps is super helpful, because that helps me actually see questions. Sigma's Toes, what's your thoughts on the Sentinel feed? How would you balance it if you think it's broken? I think it's fine. Do you know how I balance it? You guys, any time my pet Sentinel is powerful. Combine it with Polearm Mastery, it's even more powerful. Anytime my players find something in the game that's super powerful and they start using it against me, do you know how I balance it? I use it against them. Oh, guess what? Most of my monsters that have polearms, they have the Sentinel feat now. Okay, and Polearm Mastery. Oh, you like anime objects, do you? Because it's super powerful and has great action economy? Oh, guess what? So do my wizards too. I mean, that's the easy move. If there is a spell or something in the game that is very powerful and useful, 5 players are not the only ones in the universe that have discovered that secret. Right? Lots of other people are going to know that it's very powerful and they're going to do it too. Hypnotic Pattern is a very powerful spell. Well, of course, a lot of the enemies are going to take. Why is it that every wizard ever has a fireball? Because it's one of the best spells in the game, pound for pound. So, like, of course, the bad guys are going to have fireball. It's like, you know, it's like if you follow like mixed martial arts and MMA and like UFC and stuff, like jujitsu is very strong. And if you don't know jujitsu, you can get in trouble very fast. And so most fighters train jujitsu. Even if they're strikers, they train jujitsu. You got to learn that stuff. Word gets around. You know, you're not going to have like people who are really good at jujitsu, like the Gracies and stuff, and everybody's just like, oh, I don't know what they're doing. I'm not going to learn that. No, they're going to pay attention and they're going to start learning it too, because somebody found something that worked and word gets around. Leighton, I love jiu-jitsu. I love it. It's so much fun. I don't really practice it anymore because I could give you the excuses and reasons, but nobody cares about excuses. I'll just say that I don't do it currently and I don't like that, but can't really do anything about it. If I want to stay healthy and not have my arms fall off. Hey, Zidulus, thank you, sir, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. I'm making items called godly items created by gods, and I want them to have layers to their abilities that rank up for doing stuff. Yep. How should I do this? I can set an example if you. No, I got the idea. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do that. What I'm going to tell you is I'm going to explain to you what I would do if I were doing that. So the first thing I would do, I would make an item. Let's say it's a sword, and then I would brainstorm. What's the base? What's it start at as a base? These are the base abilities. And then it can upgrade to this, and then to this, and then to this. There are 3 different things it can upgrade to. Great. And they each make it more powerful. Awesome. And then I'm going to say, okay, what level more or less do I want those to upgrade at? Okay, it's going to upgrade at level 8, level 12, level 15, and level 18. Great, that's awesome. Okay, now, what are the requirements to be able to level them up? Okay, the requirement might just be character level. It might be as simple as that. Or I might want there to be like certain objectives that somebody has to complete. Like there might be special ingredients or gems or magic power-up items. That's video gamey, but that you have to collect from different parts of the game world. You might have to go on quests. You might have to go on quests to get things to power up your item. Big caveat here. If you have a magic weapon that powers up based upon getting stuff to power it up with, you are now changing the dynamics of your campaign. Your campaign may no longer be about saving the world. Your players will then be like, oh, and now we're gonna just go around trying to gather these things to power up our magic item, and world can go and burn and stuff. So just be cognizant that if you give them side quests to go power up magic items, they might start ignoring the other stuff. And if you're okay with that, then that's good. But just be aware that there's a possibility of that. So don't walk into it blindly. If you don't, if there is a main campaign, like you're running a module or something, and you don't want to potentially, derail things and get them sidetracked, because players get sidetracked easily enough without dungeon masters helping them, then you might just say that they level up at character level. After you had the sword for a while, and you become more tuned to it, you become, more like, close to the magic, and the magic is flowing through you, then you gain access to greater levels of power. And if you put the gates based on character level, then your campaign can pretty much progress as normal. It's not as interesting as side quests, but you have less of a chance of like a major derail, So that's the process, and that's my thinking for those different elements, I think. That Tiamat poster, dude, that's the wrong way. That Tiamat poster's off Amazon, dude. I just got it off Amazon. Just Google search like D&D posters, and you probably can find it. Nate Heine, are you okay with auto deaths for narrative reasons? No. Not on a player. On a PC? Never. Never. That is taking away your player's agency, stomping on it, peeing, defecating on it and burning it, and just telling them that I'm the dungeon master, I can do whatever I want with your character, and you have no power around here. So, I wouldn't do that to my players ever. I'm not just gonna look at them and be like, yeah, you're dead, dude, sorry. It's plot. The plot demanded it. The story demanded it, you had to die. Players are not gonna like that, dude. They will not like that. If it's an NPC, 100% legit. They're your NPCs. You do what you want with them. You're the dungeon master. But characters, I don't touch that stuff. If they're gonna be in a deadly situation, then they at least have a chance to fight to get out of it or to overcome the enemy. Where'd I get this cup? What is it called? Enchanted Nights. It is a store in Mackinac City, Michigan. Enchanted Nights. It's like a fantasy shop. I got this. Yeah, I got this there. Natalie Spain, you just got moderated. You're talking about violence, Natalie, and YouTube is holding your comment for review. Are people spamming? I swear I just saw somebody spam the same question. Yeah. Who's got the wrench? Start swinging the wrenches. Toku Gamer. Players sometimes want to flirt with an NPC, and I don't want to destroy their fun. And I find it a fine thing to do in character, but I also feel kind of embarrassed. Should I just drink a bit more alcohol? No, that's never the answer. You don't have to roleplay that. You don't have to roleplay that. If you're uncomfortable with it, then don't roleplay it. If a player is like, I'm gonna go flirt with her, okay, you flirt with her. What are you trying to achieve? Oh, I don't know. I just want to have a date tonight. I don't know. Okay, cool. Roll a performance or persuasion check or something. Drink. Okay, cool. Yeah, she agrees to go out with you. Okay, next. What are you guys doing? That's it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to role play a situation if it makes you feel uncomfortable, It can especially be awkward if it's a guy player flirting with another guy player, and you guys don't go that way, and then that could make it even more uncomfortable. I think it's funny. But I can see how some people might not like that. Just don't do it, dude. You could still have it be a part of your game, but just don't roleplay it. Danny should take a long rest. Danny won't take a long rest. Is that a question? Or is that like a Dr. Seuss? Is that the beginning of a Dr. Seuss book? I triggered your phone? What did I do, Sean? Aaron Heidenreich says, one of my players wants to play a chaotic evil character. I've tried talking to him and persuading him out of him. He just say he'll play it right and I'll like it. What do I do? Like, I don't know, dude. I've had players who've approached me want to play evil characters before. And I'm like, okay. So let's agree on some baselines. 3 things off the bat. 1, are you going to adventure with the other players? Yeah. I'll stay with the group. Okay, cool. Are you not going to be evil to them? Are you going to cooperate with them and help them? Yeah. I'm not going to mess with them. Okay, cool. Now, when you do evil crap behind the scenes and you get caught and I have you go to jail or you get executed or they send, like, I don't know, hit squads after you because you're being a bad evil person, are you going to have a problem with that in the game? Because I run a realistic game world and that might happen. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. It's okay. All right, let's do it. But I think I would have those 3 baselines. They would need to agree to those things. And then I would be like, good to go. Russell Jacob has a great point. Remind them they are chaotic evil, not chaotic stupid. Like, why is it that every player in the world ever thinks that when I'm chaotic evil, that means going around killing and stealing from everybody? That's so stupid. Like, look at people in the real world. Our world is full of chaotic evil people. And they don't go around every opportunity doing horrible evil things. Most of them choose the moments when they're not going to get caught and they're going to win. Okay? They don't want to get caught. They want to get their stuff and win. They're going to use their brains about it most of the time. And the same is true when you're role-playing somebody like that. Oh, we got somebody spamming. Okay, I gotcha. Yep, silence the spammers. Spammers die. That's the motto. Swing that wrench. It's heavy for a reason. Stupid wrenches. Darren Shimasaki. What do you tell metagamers who make it so no one is having fun? Rules spammers more specifically. Stop. Like, literally. Dude, check this out. You're constantly bringing up the rules. Constantly we're having this rules debate. Nobody in this game finds that fun. Like, nobody finds that to be fun. Everybody's game experience is worse as a result of your constantly beating our brows with the rules. So please stop. Okay? That's how I handle that. The second way I handle that is to know the rules and to follow the rules. There's a reason that I try to follow the rules. It's because it prevents this sort of thing. It prevents players from getting upset because I screwed a rule up and I made it unfavorable against them. If I follow the rules that are in the book, then what's the complaint? It's the rules of the book, dude. We're all just following the rules. You can't get into a rules argument with me if I'm following the rules, except that some people do interpret them differently, and so there are flavors there, you know? So that's my two-parted answer. Direct conversation. Nobody's having fun when you do this. Please stop. Second, learn the rules, follow the rules. If you're not doing that already. And I don't know. I'm just saying in general. I'm not judging you. Just in general, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. We got some cool stuff going on. Penguin Butt, thank you. I appreciate the upgrade to the Adult Dragon member. Would you mind, Penguin Butt, shooting me a message on my Discord so that I can remember to give you all your perks and benefits and stuff? Penguin Butt, as an Adult Dragon, you're now going to be able to vote on videos that I do on the channel, and you're going to be part of our monthly hangouts that we do. We get together on voice chat and video now. You know, we just hang out and talk for a couple hours every month. Just the inner circle, and you're now in the inner circle. So make sure you hit me up, and I'll get you hooked up with your stuff. Mr. T, thank you, sir, for the $10. $15. Thank you. Wait. It's 15A. Yeah. Anyway, 15 of some monetary unit. I thank you. Amy Faust, hello. You said something about fluffing your player by. Surprise is a cursed item, then. What about giving a drawback limitation to like homebrew, maybe too strong? No, yeah, a drawback or limitation. Yeah, I think it's fine to have a magic item that has beneficial properties and then maybe some drawbacks to it, some negative properties. I think that's fine. They're probably going to find out about it when they identify it. You know, holding it in reserve and then springing it on them is this DM screw job. Let them know in advance. Let them make an informed decision, you know, and the beneficial stuff should be good enough that it outweighs the negatives. Otherwise, they're not going to want to use it, you know. But I think that's fine. Wow. What are you saying, Danny, about Stream Elements? You doll? What did she do? Melchior says, I'd like to vote Luke for president. Why? What did I do? Like, I don't even follow politics that much. I try to ignore politics. It's like we have stupid people saying stupid things. I'd like to ignore that, thank you. I just insulted a lot of people. Sorry. I'm out of coffee. All right, I'm gonna walk over and get some coffee. Bam. I'll be right back. Hey, I just looked at our viewer count. I have over 200 people for the first time. Look at that. Giddy up. I'm getting popular. Let's keep rocking. Let's see. Flame Wolf. What up, Flame Wolf? How do you figure out if a homebrew item is a common or whatever rarity is? There some tips or something like that? Yes. You compare it to other existing magic items. That's it, dude. It's a gut check. Like there's probably somebody out there somewhere who's like, I have some rules, and these are my books of rules to figure out the rarity of a magic item. It's just a gut check. Yeah, that's all it is, dude. Just gut check it. Using your existing knowledge of magic items and rough rarities, just kind of estimate. Meh. The other thing is that rarity corresponds to levels. So like common is like level 1 or something. Uncommon is like between 1 and 5, I think. Don't quote me on this, you guys. Somebody's gonna be like, Luke doesn't know the rules. Okay, that's fair. Rare, I think, is starting at level 5 and above, or very rare. You know, I'm probably totally screwing this up. But, you know, I should just look this crap. Nah, it's not worth my time. Basically, think about the magic item and think about what level you would want your players to have this access to that level of power, you know, and then maybe you set your rarity based on that. But there's a little bit of DM discretion and bias potentially for that method. So your best bet is to compare it to existing items to get a feel for its power level relative to other existing things. That's the best way to estimate. Relative estimates are always more accurate than absolute estimates. I have Rainier, I have unfollowed people. I have stopped watching people that talk about politics. I'm like, look, so this guy right here, I used to read a blog of his and stuff, and I thought it was very entertaining. I liked it, you know? And then in his blog, this is several years ago, and then in his blog, all of a sudden he goes into politics. And I'm just like, dude, I followed your blog to read about writing, not politics. I don't care about politics. Like, I'm like, you moron. Don't you know that the moment you bring up politics, you're alienating half of your audience? Half of the people in the world will not agree with you, and now you're going into it. And you're going to lose people over that. So like, dude, you're a writer. People read your blog for the writing content, the writing advice. Talk about writing. So yeah, that's my thing. It's hard though. Oh, it's hard. Like I'm on Twitter and I'm just like, Argh! And I'm just like, don't say anything. Just close it. Put the phone down. Step away. It's hard, man. Wait, Thien, I missed your super chat? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I see you, Thien. I got you, buddy. We got you. Thien, thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat. 200 cents for 200 people. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I did not miss it. I was in the middle of like a rant, dude. You got to respect the rant, okay? It's like that's a new movement. Thien, I actually have, so like literally right here on my screen in OBS, it tells me I have an ongoing ticker of super chats and stuff like that, you know? So I see it. Does it tell me members though? Does it tell me when people become members? Oh crap. I think it does. Filter. No, it's supposed to. It's supposed to tell me when people become members. I don't know if it's doing that though. It doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It does. It doesn't tell me when they upgrade though, because it didn't mention Penguin Butt over here, but it did mention Mr. T. All right. Anyway. Yeah. Hashtag respect the rant. Hey, how to D&D? What up, dude? How you doing? Philip Ketchup. Yo, what up, dude? What are some good ways to know you got a good story or campaign idea? Dude, you run it, dude. You take it to your players and you run the game. That's immediate feedback. Immediate feedback. Oh, that game sucked, dude. Or they're on their phones. You want to know how if you got a good game going or not? How many people are on their phones? How many people are not paying attention? How many people are building dice towers? Immediate feedback. I have no idea how I would ever tell if my idea for a game or a campaign were good until I actually started playing it and I saw people's, if they're having fun, if they're enjoying it or not. Only way I would know. James! Oh, dude, I'm going to mispronounce your name and you just became a member. I'm going to do my best though, dude. Pebcaseror. Ah! Thank you, sir, for becoming an adult dragon. I appreciate that. James, you got access to some really cool stuff. You're gonna be in a VIP Discord server, VIP Discord channel over on my Discord server. Make sure you send me a private message over on my Discord server so I can get you hooked up, dude. And then you get to help choose videos for my channel. You get to vote on videos. One video a month on my channel is chosen by my patrons and members. And so you're in on that action. We do monthly hangouts. All of us get together and hang out in voice chat. It's like a private patron member hangout, like voice chat and video and crap. It's cool. Thien was at the last one. Tell him, Thien. That was so much fun. And then we peer pressured Danny into coming to it. Oh man, that was so much fun. Yeah, we're gonna do the magic item creation in about an hour. 8 o'clock. So like 50 minutes from now, we start the magic item creation. The first couple hours is just hanging out and chilling. Oh, by the way, while I'm talking about patrons and members, let's do our little thingy here. So all of these people on screen here, these, like, thank you everybody for my patrons and members helping support the content I create. All these people in red, like, are really helping support the channel. They give me more money. I don't know. What's the diplomatic way to say that? I don't know. Thank you, Beoban. You know what? Let's go backwards today. Zub the Zombie. Thank you, sir. Yokai, Ver, Theta Tag, Theen. Oh, special shout out to Ver. I really appreciate it, Ver. You're increasing your sub and stuff. Despite your time, like what you got going on. So I appreciate that, dude. Theen, Tactical Tokens, Son of a Sofa Man, Sophia W, Patrick C, Mr. Lemon Pie, Malkuth, Kurt Y, Joseph H, Jodo 1025, Joe M, Iron Lord 79, Celestea, Clammed Oyster, Bewitched Gamer, and Beoban. Thanks, folks. I really appreciate that. And patrons. Oh, that's right. We've had a few people have signed up for members tonight. I have a giveaway going on right now for you guys. There's a link down in the description. If you're a patron or member, sign up for it. You guys play some D&D with me. So don't forget to do that. There's only like it's like Tuesday. Tuesday is the last day. So make sure you sign up for that. Somebody's broke? Danny's broke. Dude, Danny. You do a lot for the channel. You don't have to do anything else. Besides get some sleep. What did Fred say? Fred says the people in red are paying his rent. No, I pay my rent, dude. I pay my rent. It's expensive too. Yeah. Thanks, Ver. Appreciate it. Okay, Shane McMillan. Let's hit that stuff. Wow, that sounded weird. That did not come out like I meant it. What I meant to say is let's answer his question. As a pragmatic person, when I DM, I can get caught up in the outcome of an event rather than how my players feel during the encounter. Any way you think I can fix this? I think I know what you're talking about too. Because like, sometimes I'll have an encounter and they'll come up with an idea to shortcut the encounter. Like they'll get out of a fight, for instance, you know, and I'll be thinking, oh no, they got out of the fight. They bypassed the fight. They have to fight that monster. But then I'm like, okay, look, Luke, what's the point here? What was the point of putting that encounter in the game? It was for the players to have fun. And look at them. They are delirious with fun at having come up with a clever idea to get around that encounter. Let them have their fun. And so I just do it. I have to check myself, you know? I have to remind myself that, like, I am the dungeon master. My job is to facilitate fun. That's what I do. Like, and when the players are having fun, I'm doing a great job. And if I force that to be a fight, and they're like, oh, we tried so hard, but the dungeon master wanted it to be a fight, and so, okay, we'll fight it, you know. Now, of course, Dungeons & Dragons, it depends on the type of game you're running, but it is a combat game, you know, and you're running characters that are part of like a military, like, tactical squad of fighters and warriors and magic users and stuff like that. So there is an expectation that there is going to be combat in the game, you know. But like, so not every idea they come up with to bypass a fight is going to work. Okay? But you got to give them their victories, you know. You got to give them stuff, you know. Otherwise they're going to stop trying and it's just going to become a slugfest, you know. So I hope that helps a little bit. Deadlucky32, have you ever felt like you weren't a good DM? And if so, how? Yeah, I felt that lots of times. Usually it's because I tell my players no, and then after the game, I'm usually just like, you stupid moron. Now, let's be clear. There is a time and a place to say no to your players. Let's be clear. However, there's also times when you should say yes, or you should say yes, but, or something, and you say no, and then later on I'm just like, oh, that was so stupid. Why I should have. And I could give you a couple of examples, you know. What do? I learn from it. If I feel like I wasn't a dungeon master, and then I'm going to self-reflect, and I'm going to be like, okay, great. Because a lot of people deceive themselves. A lot of people suck and don't realize it, and they never try to get better, you know? So like the fact that the fact that you feel like you're not good at it is actually not a bad thing, because that's a good starting point. It's good to realize that you have room to grow. And then you self-reflect, you have some analysis on yourself as a dungeon master, and then you start to think, okay, what are the things that I can improve? What can I get better at? What did I screw up? Can I learn? And then sometimes it means asking your players, hey players, you know, routinely in my games, I do a thing. I go around the table and I'm like, okay, everybody, I want you to tell me one thing you like about the game that I should keep doing. Tell me one thing about the game that you hate and that I should stop doing. And tell me one thing about the game that we're not doing currently and that we might start doing, that you might enjoy it. And I get some feedback from my players. You know, it starts a conversation and gives me something to improve on. Like if they love this one aspect, then I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to double down. If they hate some, like let's pretend my Sword Coast Guard group, I have a homebrew initiative system. I did a video on it. They weren't particularly excited about it. They didn't like it a whole lot. We did it for a while. We used it for like a year. And we had a discussion at the table, and they were like, you know, we kind of don't like it. We'd actually like to go back to the initiative system in the core rulebook. We talked about it. We discussed why and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. And we go back to the original initiative system. But you're only going to find out that they don't like something when you get that feedback. You know what I mean? So there's an answer for you. Alan says feedback is the extension of session 0. Yeah, it's that ongoing conversation with your players to make sure your game is on a good trajectory, you know, and that you're like riding into the sunset and not into the 9 hells. No problem, Dead Lucky. Kinlock is like, how can I play with the DM Lair? I mean, like, hardcore truth, honesty. I run games for my patrons and members. I run games for them. There's a patron tier where I run games for them. When I hit milestones on YouTube, I do giveaways as well to people win. You know, they can play D&D with me. I'm about to hit the 50,000 milestone sometime soonish, and so that's probably going to trigger a giveaway. You know. That's the answer. It's probably not the answer you want. Sorry. Austin says, what would you say to a player that tries to kill another player while they're asleep? The same thing that I say to any player when they try to do something sleazy and douchebaggy to another player. I say, there's no PvP in my game, thank you very much. Come again. I just don't. I've had too many instances in my games where I allowed PvP and it upset players' feelings. Like legitimately outside of the game, they are upset and it causes group tension. And I like my games to last. I like my games to go on for years. I like us to be able to get to level 20 and play against really cool monsters. And paying attention to group dynamics so that players don't get pissed at each other and that there aren't arguments and things don't implode on themselves is very important for keeping a group running strong. And when you allow things like PvP, attacking each other or stealing from each other or something, there is a risk to your game that people are going to get upset about that. And if you're fine with that risk and you guys can handle it because you're all mature gamers, that's great. I play with adults, dude. Adults, even mature adults, it gets at them, you know? And sometimes they're just like, our rogue is always going ahead and taking stuff out of the chest before we get there. And I'm tired of it, you know? So it's your choice which way you want to go. I've chosen the choice that prioritizes group dynamics and everybody having fun, and longevity of groups. That's the choice I've made. Nico Prisco says, are people still allowed to join your D&D group, and if so, how much that costs? So it's a Patreon. It's on my Patreon. There's a link down below. It is currently full. There is a waiting list. There is a tier on my Patreon where you can actually join the tier, which is to wait for a slot to open. And sometimes one of my patrons can't make one of our games, and then we might have somebody from that waiting tier fill in. And it is $100 a month, dude. It's not cheap. And yet the people currently in my Patreon game paying that price every month to play with me have been playing with me for like over half a year. Most of them, I think. So the turnover is very low, which tells me that if people are willing to pay that type of money for that long of a time to play D&D, that they must be having fun and they must see it as worth it. That is the conclusion I'm forced to draw. Yeah. Well, you know, Sean, there is a saying, and I believe in it, you get what you pay for. If you want, like, I also run free games. I run three free games. You know, don't charge a thing. You know, but it's true in life. You get what you pay for. Sometimes a free game is just that. It's a free game. And sometimes when you pay a professional DM you pay him good, well, and then he prepares a game and it's a blast. Like, what do we prioritize in our society? Who are the people in our society that get paid the most money? Like CEOs and executives at corporations. Check. Who else? Actors, actresses, athletes. And how can we categorize them? Entertainers. They are entertainers. Our society puts a great value on entertainers. Look at YouTubers. Look at streamers, broadcasters. Entertainment fetches a high price in our society. What is a dungeon master? I said before that a dungeon master facilitates fun. A dungeon master, at the end of the day, is an entertainer. They run a game for 3 to 6 hours, during which the goal is for everybody to enjoy themselves and have fun. Forget about their worries, forget about the bullcrap at work, chill with friends, eat snacks, drink whatever beverage you prefer, and have fun. And that is what a dungeon master does, you know? And so there's value in that. If I go to the movies to watch a movie, I pay probably about $20 for 2 hours. And that's popcorn and the ticket. And I sit there and I'm just watching the movie. And that's it. When I play D&D, I play for 4 hours. I'm engaged. I'm having fun with my friends, you know. So you put the numbers together. How much more fun? I am willing to bet that there is an overwhelming amount of people that would say that playing D&D is more fun than going to the movies. So there's nothing wrong with, you know, paying for that crap. Anyway, let's talk about something else, shall we? Okay, got a whole bunch of questions here. Alan Smith Emerson says, are you hopeful of Paramount's upcoming D&D movie if it ever comes out? I am not aware that anybody is making one, and I am not super hopeful because let's just be honest around here. Lots of people recently are screwing movies up. Look no further than the recent Star Wars movies. There's a can of worms for you. And the only D&D movie that we have was made a while ago, and it was pretty bad, I think. Getting wrecked. What up, dude? I played my first session last month. Why haven't I heard any discussions regarding multitasking? What does that mean? How to keep on top of the adventure NPCs and players' enjoyment. What is multitasking? I'm not sure I understand that exactly. Like, while you're running the game, I mean, you have to be observant and, you know, watch if they're having fun, if they're enjoying the game. I'm trying my best, buddy, here to answer this question. There's so many times during the game when the players are just having a discussion among themselves. That's the perfect time for the Dungeon Master to be quiet and listen, and to think and prepare, and to observe if they're having fun or not. Oh, I got some talk triggered from my comment about the Star Wars movies. The flaming dumpster fires that are the new Star Wars movies. My gosh. Take a beloved franchise and just like trash it. Throw it over a cliff. Shoot bazookas at it and stuff. Ruin it all. I heard somebody commenting about the recent Star Wars movies, and his comment was just like, what was it? It was like, let the new generation have their Star Wars movies. Let them have their own like Star Wars. And it's like, it has nothing to do with the fact that I like the old movies. Nothing to do with the fact. It's like, it's irrelevant. I'm not one of those idiots who's like, oh, it's old, it's the original, therefore I like it and nothing can ever compare to it. That's stupid. That's brain dead mentality. It's more like they don't follow any sort of like, okay, so like when you're telling a story, there's like a 3-act structure, okay? There's like an establishing part, there's a rising action, you got a climax, you have like a, what do they call it? Denouement is like the French word or something, but it's called the resolution or something. There's like a 3-act structure. And like, especially the latest Star Wars movie from Disney, they didn't follow any of that stuff. They're just like, pfft. Like the combined experience of all humanity in creating storytelling was not good enough for them. And it's just this massive, mad roller coaster ride. It's like in a roller coaster, there's that buildup, there's that tension when you're going to the top. And you're just like, holy crap. And then it's like, ah, you know? And then you're just like, oh, that's awesome. The last Star Wars, there was no building tension. You started at the top and you were just rushing breakneck speed the whole movie until it like crashed and burned at the end. And you're just like, that didn't make any sense. Oh, I'm not going to go into specifics because there are probably people who haven't watched it and want to. Now you want to watch it. Now I'm like, people want to watch it now to see if it's actually as bad as I'm making it out to be. Dito's like, Luke, we are no longer friends. Dito, whatever, dude. I got your back, buddy. I've heard of Darkness Rising, Barking Cricket, but I've never watched it. I've heard of it. It sounded interesting. Sarah, what up? How you doing? She's like, I joined the stream in the middle of a Luke rant. Classic. I know, I rant a lot. The Last Jedi was the worst Star Wars movie ever. That's one of the original ones, right? Isn't that the last one? Thien doesn't like Star Wars in general. Dito, I'm sorry. Come by Twitch, man, on next Monday. We'll make it up. We'll have some fun. You can make me do push-ups. Yeah, you guys, I stream on Twitch Mondays and Wednesdays also. There's a link to my Twitch down below. So follow me on Twitch if you want to get notified when I go live. But you can make me do push-ups. You can make me dance on stream. Over on Twitch, you can make me do a lot of really stupid stuff. And it's lots of fun. I highly recommend following me. By the way, we had a new member, and I totally, I was in the middle of a rant. I don't think I shouted him out. Oh man. Okay. I think I totally missed him. I'm sorry, buddy. Backwheel. I probably messed your name up. Backwheel, dude, thank you, sir, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. You got access to a whole bunch of member perks, dude. So shoot me a message over on my Discord server. I will get you hooked up. Also, make sure you enter the giveaway to play D&D with me. There's a link down below in the description to that. So that closes on next Tuesday. So make sure you sign up for that, dude. Yeah, Backwheel. Thanks, buddy. He's like, it's fine. Yeah, I was like in the middle of I was like talking to Star Wars, man. I was trashing a franchise. No, I'm not. I was trashing Disney, really. I was really trashing Disney, is what I was trashing. Mickey Mouse is going to find me in my sleep tonight. He's going to be like, I'm like, ah! Thien, what day of the week will the game for the giveaway be on? I don't know. When I do these giveaways, what I do is once I find all the winners, I send them a spreadsheet basically, and they can indicate their availability, and then we try to find a day that works for everybody. That's how that works. And so it could be any day. It depends on when our availabilities line up. I have yet to encounter it when nobody's availability lines up, fortunately. Andrew, I'm not going to comment on that. That's a whole can of worms I don't want to go into on the stream, buddy. Mickey has COVID-19? Mickey Mouse? Really? Oh no! Well then I guess I'm safe tonight. He's actually, you know what? Mickey Mouse is quarantined. What are you talking about? He can't come strangle me in my sleep when he's quarantined. Hazam Soccer, what up, dude? How you doing? Have you ever thought about writing a book about one of your games? That's like what I do like every week, man. Like my YouTube videos, all the examples I give and stuff, you know. I stream some of them too, you know. We talk about them. Like this is my book, you guys. Like YouTube, live stream. This is the book I'm writing, okay? It's just better than a book because you don't have to read it. Actually, I love reading books. I shouldn't say that because I actually love reading. So I'm not knocking reading. I actually like it. I'm a learned man, apparently. Sean Hannon says, haha, hey Luke, I heard you talking trash on my latest business decisions. I'm going to have to silence you for good. Ho ho. Oh, Mickey Mouse? Yeah, totally. Schmeltzigs. I just got back. What are we talking about? Oh, Mickey strangling people. Yep, that's what we're talking about. I'm saying insulting things about Disney screwing up the whole Star Wars movies. And so now we have agreed that Mickey Mouse, if Mickey Mouse weren't on quarantine, he would come strangle me. But fortunately, I'm safe for now. Darren says, is the Fight Club 5e app a good tool to use? I am not familiar with it. It's probably free, so I would just download it and try it out and see what you think, dude. Zagrid says the worst time your campaign got derailed. You know what? I feel like either I have super good players or something, but they very rarely go off and do things that I hadn't anticipated and I hadn't planned for. Recently, though, my Ancient Dragons totally went off the rails. I was basically just getting... one of the players decided he wanted to change characters. And so I had one of the characters leave the game, and he did some stuff. He stole the party's horse, and apparently that was the wrong thing to do because the party decided we're getting our horse back, and they went to track down Tellum and get revenge, and they ended up killing him. So like, that was like they had a quest in the hopper, and they were like, no, we don't care. Goodbye. We're going to track down Mercedes, get our horse back, and kill Tellum while we're at it. So that was. But that's like, I don't view that as a derailment. I view that as the players getting excited about something that they want to do and then going off and doing it and having fun. That's not a derailment. The game that I was running is paused for a moment. They're going to go off and do something fun and they'll come back. I trust my players. They understand that I put a lot of work into the game. They're not going to ignore it and go off to Timbuktu. You know, they'll come back. We'll have a little fun hiatus and then we'll be back. It's good, you know. Oh, you want to do a cat trap? Penguin butt? Yeah, let's get some cats going on around here. All right, let's do a cat strike. So, look at this. You just shake the cat treats. This is the summoning horn or something. Where's my thingy bobber? Let's switch our cameras. Look, I have two lined up already. Two of them are like, human food. Mommy! I have 4 cats down here. One of them never cares about the treats. 3 of them do, but one of them is over there on the couch just looking at me. She's like, look at these guys. Look at them. Look at that. What are you guys doing down there? Like, give us food. Give us food. We're gonna throw some in the box. We'll see what happens. See if he goes in the box. That's Squeaky. Squeaky is looking at the box right now. Yeah, we're summoning cats. I want to get him to jump in that box. Come on, Squeaky, get your big butt in the box. All right, whatever. He's like, no. There we go. Let's look at landmines. We just spread out some landmines. Squirty Pie is not even going for them. Squirty Pie, use your brain. Go for the treats. Squeaky is going to eat all of the treats and he's going to get even fatter. Oh my gosh. Squirty Pie, go get some snack. She's just looking at me. Wow. Maxim Selin, what's my favorite D&D module? Waterdeep Dungeon of the Bad Mage. Fun. I answered that question. Robert, have you ever annoyed your PCs in a good way? I annoy my PCs all the time. I am always doing like things to get on them, you know, in a fun way. You know, here we go. Squirty Pie's going in. Oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. You can't tip it over. She cheated. You're supposed to jump in the box. Oh, that's cheating. You can't do that. She's trying to cheat. You're supposed to jump in it, not tip it over. Squeaky is eating all of the snacks. That is so messed up. Joseph Duncan says, if we want to share ideas related to the live stream, generally to the community, that don't necessarily need to be worked on, how would you do that? Joseph, I would join my Discord server. There's a link down in the description. And there are several different chat channels over in my Discord that you can just talk with people about. That's probably your best way to do that, dude. Loogie says it's not a cheat, it's a creative use of the box. I don't know, Loogie. I would disagree with you on that, because I want to see that cat in that box. Yeah, the cat derailed the quest, totally. Amy Faust calling me out. Oh, nice. Didn't you just say that it's a bad GM move to say no to people? Cat, finding creative answer to problems. Amy, like, I have no response to that. You are very that got a little close to home right there. But you know what? I'm the dungeon master and my rules. The DM, the cat master is railroading. I'm railroading them. Jan Shevek says, what published settings do you use so far in your D&D campaigns besides Forgotten Realms? None. I use Forgotten Realms. That's all I've ever used. For good reasons. I don't homebrew my own campaign settings. It's too much work. There's not enough payoff. I don't think the campaign setting, I said this before, the campaign setting is a backdrop to the game. The things that people see the most are the adventures, the NPCs, they focus on their characters, you know. The game setting, that's just flavor. It's flavor, you know. I don't need to create an entire game world to create a little bit of flavor in the world. I can use something like Forgotten Realms and just tweak it if I want to create some flavor. And if I wanted something different with a different feel, I'd just pick Eberron, or I'd pick Dark Sun, or I'd pick, you name it. But I don't have to create it myself. And if I have this cool idea for something special, I could take something that's already existing and then change it a little bit. It's so much less work to take something that's existing and change it, you know? I don't have much time. I don't have a whole lot of time. And so I like to use my time wisely on the activities that I think are going to have the most benefit at the game table. And creating entire worlds is not one of them. Arlo says, what's your all-time favorite magic item? Don't have any. The Cloak of Displacement. That is the magic item I love to hate. Dalinor. David A says, you said second edition Forgotten Realms setting. Why that edition? Okay, let's take a look. This might be a little ranty. Okay, so for $30 back in like 1980 or something, you can get a whole campaign setting that has the entire Forgotten Realms detailed. These days you pay $40 to get this book right here, which is the closest that we have to a campaign setting for Forgotten Realms. And oh, what is that? Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. Oh, you mean it's only part of the Forgotten Realms? It's not the entire... Oh, really? So I'm paying $40 in 2020 money, which is more than $30 in 1980 money probably, or 1990 money, okay? And I'm only getting a fraction of a campaign setting. That seems like not a good deal to me. So, I use the second edition campaign setting because it actually has the entire campaign setting in it. And the maps are better too. Maps are far better. They're like in 1365 Dale Reckoning, which is like before, right after the God War and stuff. And so some stuff changed a little bit throughout like the Forgotten Realms like calendar and timeline. But like your players don't know that. And if they do, then you just be like, dude, my Forgotten Realms is an iteration of the original. So stuff's different in mine. And that's how you solve all the players who are like, I want to go talk to Dristo Erden. And you're like, dude, he doesn't exist around here, buddy. So that's the answer. That's why I use the second edition mostly. Salty. Well, a little bit, because this is what... Now. Now, this beefy boy right here, okay, this beefy boy is $50, and I got 320 pages. This little thing right here, right, like if I ran out of toilet paper, this one's not gonna last me long. This one will last me much longer, and we're in quarantine, so these are important considerations. This little guy right here is 150 pages. 150, 300, $40, $50. This feels like an actual campaign setting with most of the world detailed. I've only flipped through it and stuff, so I could be wrong, but like, feels like they might have done a better job on this one than they did on the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. Oh, Mr. T, thank you, sir, for the 20 bucks. I appreciate that. He says when it's converted, it's $85 in today's money. Holy crap. That's crazy. Clearly, we got better bang for a buck back in the 90s than we do in the 2020s. It's like, you guys listen to me rant about some of these books and you get the idea that I don't like wizards or I don't like their books, and that's not true. Like, most of the stuff that I read that they do, I'm just like, it's beautiful, I love it. But I'm not going to ignore obvious things that should have been better. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to say how I see it. You know what I mean? That's the price of having an opinionated person who's very vocal. Austin says, that is funny because I have said the Cloak of Displacement twice was your favorite magic item, Luke. Oh. There will never be a Cloak of Displacement in any of my games ever again. And you can all thank Dalinor for that. Actually, we're going to be streaming, you guys, this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern US time, roughly. We usually get started a little bit later than that. I'm going to be streaming my Sword Coast Guard game over on Twitch. There's a link below if you want to follow me. And it's the campaign finale. Like, we have been playing this Lord Paxton campaign for like 3 years? 3 years? 4 or 3 years? I don't know. 3 or 4 years. And this Sunday, they're going to go against Lord Paxton. It's the final boss fight of like a 3 to 4 year, I can't remember, long campaign. Okay? And so, and you can meet Dalinar. And you'll meet Dalinar. Dalinar will be there. And you can thank him for ruining the Cloak of Displacement in my games. Nithria says, will Roll20 cooperate this time? Probably not. I so want to check out Fantasy Grounds. I'm getting frustrated. It's 2020. And I'm using like a program that was designed in the 80s, is what it feels like. Why don't you just spin up some new servers to support the demand so that everything isn't like bogging down and lagging? It's your prime opportunity. People are at home. Everybody's playing online. And this is their first experience with your platform. And it's bogging down and it's unplayable. This is a very bad first experience for potential future customers. Why don't you do some capacity testing? Why don't you do some load testing? Why don't you figure out how to improve these elements of your system? All wonderful questions. I would be shocked if they're not trying to figure it out. They're just doing it very slowly. That's Ethereal BGBB, haha. The real big bad. I got you. That's what I've heard. He says that Fantasy Grounds Unity is cool. It's just a little funky to figure out. I have heard that it's a really good program, but it does have a steeper learning curve. I'm okay with learning. Oh, was there a cat fight? Oh, hold on a second. Cat fight. Yeah, there's going to be a cat fight here. I'm okay with a learning curve if it means I get to use a better program that's more dependable in the long run. I mean, I'm not a dumb person. I could probably figure some stuff out. I don't know what Unity is. Is that what they call it? Fantasy Grounds Unity? What is that? Augthale, what up, dude? How you doing? D&D Beyond is making some strides toward live play support, aren't they? Slow but still. They have digital dice, just need chat and map. Like I have everything for D&D Beyond. I bought everything. I broke down and I just bought it. They were having like a 25% off sale, and I was just like, I'm gonna buy it all. And so I bought everything on D&D Beyond. So I have everything. I would love it if they put a map utility there. I'm done. If they had a way to put a map there at Roll Dice, I'm done. I'm using D&D Beyond. You know, if it's functional. If it's a flaming pile of crap, just because they're trying to like get an edge on the market and get their market share, I'm not gonna just, if it's a flaming pile, then no, but it's gotta actually be usable. But Roll20 doesn't set the bar very high. So I don't think that would be too hard to implement. But I don't know. What do I know? That would be great. I would love that. The video chat and voice chat, I'm always gonna use Zoom because it just works really well. It's really easy. I do pay for it, but you get what you pay for in this world. That would be awesome, though. Yeah, I would not be surprised. I don't know if that's happening. Fantasy Grounds and Roll20 would not want D&D Beyond to like push into like. You're gonna watch this stuff. Oh, look at him go. Squirty Pie is getting her butt kicked. Oh, they love each other. Zoom is such a good program, you guys. It works so well. The quality, it's really good, you guys. I pay $15 a month, and it's so worth it. Joris Vergier says, what is your opinion about narrative combat versus battle map combat? So when you say narrative combat, I think what I think is theater of the mind, right? I like both. I think both are really good. I think both are lots of fun. I do both. Right now I have 2 games that are using battle map combat and 2 games that are using theater of the mind or narrative combat, whatever you want to call it. And they're both super, super fun. The theater of the mind combat goes much faster than battle map combat. Okay? It requires a little bit of abstraction of rules and players just trusting you to make judgments. Like, I'm casting Flaming Hands. Well, how many monsters can I hit? Oh, 2. Okay. If they're going to argue with you and bog things down, then, or if they're like, I'm going to cast Fireball, how many monsters can I hit? Oh, 3 of them. Okay. You know, like, you have to abstract the rules a little bit and be okay with things being a little bit vague with theater of the mind combat. As long as your group is okay with that, it goes much faster than battle map combat. That said, battle map combat supports the use of tactics a lot better and positioning and stuff like that. And it's more specific. It's more exact. And so it definitely has its benefits. And you get to use cool miniatures, and I love miniatures. So, my cat's left, so I should probably go back to my other screen. So there are pros and cons to both, man. I like both. I think both are fun. I'm gonna be running a game tomorrow for my moderators, and we're gonna be using theater of the mind. So, and it's gonna be fun. I will make them have fun. They will have fun. Or I'll take their wrenches away. Stupid wrenches on YouTube. The trick, so Bakuil, I prefer theater of the mind, but my players have trouble picturing it. The trick with theater of the mind is the dungeon master constantly reminds the players what's going on. Like, what I do, for the most part, like, what I do is a player takes his turn, and then then I'll go to the next player and I'll be like, okay, Poku, it's your turn. The goblins are charging over here, and that goblin shaman looks like he's about to cast a spell. What do you do? So before each player's turn, maybe not each player's turn, but frequently during the middle of a round of combat, I remind the players where everybody is and what's happening. And then I prompt them to tell me what they're doing. They do something, next player, I remind them what's going on, and I prompt them to tell me what they're doing. And so part of the trick is just, obviously the dungeon master's got to keep it straight, but you frequently during the combat, you remind people what's going on. And so that helps them picture it, you know? That, I found that to be very helpful. Penguin Butt says, mods, you are commanded to have fun by the great overlord. Well, if they don't have fun, that's my fault, too. You will have fun, do not resist. Aaron says, what separates a regular DM from a pro DM like you who charges to run games? I have no idea, dude. It's better. It's better, dude. It's a better game experience. The players have more fun. So this is probably not this. So this is a bad question to ask me. What I would do if you actually wanted the answer to that question is I would nail down one of my ancient dragons who pay a lot of money to play with me and ask them, what's the difference between playing a game with a pro DM like Luke and playing one with just somebody at a game store? You know, what's the difference? They're the ones that are best positioned to answer that question. The only thing I know how to say is that they have more fun. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of, but I don't know. We do, and Andrew, we're doing item creation in like just a few minutes, like 5 minutes or so. Vakumo says, how do you keep NPC voices straight? I don't. I screw them up all the time. I forget them. I forget which voice I use for one NPC, and I'll use the wrong one. Sometimes they're horrible. Yeah, it's bad. I do a bad job, probably. Sometimes I'll pick like an accent. I'll do like a Russian accent, and it'll shift to Irish. It'll shift to English, bad English. It'll shift to something else. It'll just be all over the place. It'll be like, woo! I probably do a really horrible job at my different voices I do. But I don't care. I don't care. I do it anyway. It's fun. People enjoy it. I'm not trying to be a voice actor. I'm just trying to have a fun game for people. Darren says, when you run a printed adventure, do you read the text, the read aloud text, or do you paraphrase and freestyle it? I do both. Sometimes I just read the read aloud text. Other times I'll paraphrase it. It really depends. Part of it depends on how well I remember that room. If I remember all the details of that room, I'm going to paraphrase it. If I maybe am a little bit fuzzy, then I'll just read the read aloud text. Ranwolf, how would you handle homebrew races? Like take a Medusa and stuff. It needs to be balanced. So you need to basically try to homebrew that Medusa homebrew race so that it's balanced with other races and doesn't have additional benefits over the other races. It has to be balanced. That is really the only requirement. Which means it probably can't turn people to stone. They probably can't. You know? Maybe it's a half Medusa or something. I don't know. But it's got to be balanced. If it's not balanced, it's not fair for the other players. It's not fair for the half-elf if the Medusa starts out the game with crazy superpowers like petrification. It's not fair to the half-elf. And then players resent that and don't like it. Or at least there's the potential for it. Wild Wolf says, I'm a new DM trying to do the 5e starter adventure, but I can't stop my players from metagaming, strategizing during battles. Any advice? Like, what kind of metagaming are they doing, dude? Metagaming doesn't bother me a whole lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. It just doesn't bother me. If they're planning tactics and stuff, that's fine. Because they're supposed to be a crack squad of soldiers. When they're sitting around the campfire at night, sharpening their weapons and reading their spell books, they're talking to each other. They're strategizing. They're talking about different scenarios. The wizard is like, hey guys, if I ever just say fireball, you guys need to scatter or something. They're talking about tactics. And so during a combat, when players are just talking about tactics and hey, you should do this, you should do that, I consider that to be a reflection of all the time they spend out of combat just talking and training and learning each other's moves and stuff. And so I don't view that as metagaming. I view that as the way I just said it. Now, if they're actually like metagaming because they know monster information and stuff, it depends on how grave it is. If it were super, super atrocious, I might say something. But if they're metagaming and it's not that bad, I just don't care. I'm just like, whatever, It's not one of those issues that I'm willing to die over. I'm not gonna like fall on my sword over that issue. Danny's got the wrench. She's like, stop spamming your question. That's awesome. Aaron says, have you ever gotten into mini terrain? Or do you just stick with pen and paper maps? I don't do mini terrain. Not because it's bad, I just don't do it. For people who enjoy doing that stuff, rock and roll, baby. I'm okay. I get into minis. I like painting minis. In fact, over on Twitch on Wednesdays, I usually just paint minis. That's what we do on Wednesdays on Twitch. We paint minis together. I love painting minis. But as far as like the paper or the grid, I just use a standard grid, Part of it too, to be perfectly honest with you, is like when I play games, I go to different people's houses to play. I actually never play at my own place. My wife won't let me. That's a whole nother topic. But so even if I had tons of terrain, I couldn't take it with me because it's not super transportable, So that's an impediment too. How do I keep combat interesting with different types of creatures? I think that the fact that you're using different types of creatures keeps it more interesting, first of all. But you also, one of the keys to keeping combat interesting is not to only have one monster. You need to have a group of monsters, and then they don't all do the same thing. You don't have 5 melee types. You have 3 melee types. You have 1 archer, and you have 1 wizard for your monsters. And that immediately makes things more interesting. Just like that. Moderators, Danny, I am hereby empowering you to be merciless with spammers. Please, I know that you are patient, and I know that you are benevolent, but you need to channel your inner Luke and be merciless with that wrench. Yes, it's time for magic items. Let's do it. Let's do some magic item creation. I'm not a bot. It says like, execute me, Danny. Oh, the wrench. Okay, we're gonna pop into magic item creation, you guys. So I'm gonna take a quick little bio here. I'm gonna throw up an intermission screen, and when we come back, we're gonna start creating some magic items together. And when remember that whatever we create together is gonna be published over on my site, thedmlair.com, for the whole D&D community to use and in their games and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. I'm gonna go take a bio, and we'll be back in just a short while. Where's my intermission screen? There we go.
Son las 6, es el alma la fiesta y donde uno la ve. Su cara no refleja lo que ella es. Tremenda mujer. Ella quiere gozar, me dice pásalo. Ella se quiere olvidar de que la traicionó. Ella quiere janguear, olvidarse del deseo.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work.
This is my last cup of coffee. This is like danger territory.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar para trabajar, y si no hay pues emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work.
Yeah, I have lots of bods. There are lots of moderators. Danny's the chatty one. Everybody else, like Tashio and like all the other folks are probably like the ones doing all the work around here. And Danny's just like chatting it up. I'm messing with you, Danny. Yes, that's why. Because I'm rude. No, I gotta change my stuff. Alright, we gotta change our ticker text. Turn that off. Puzzles. We're not creating puzzles tonight. We're creating magic items tonight. Here we go. All right, that should be good to go. All right. Bam. Pop back into it. All right. We ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen? Create some magic items and stuff. Ready to do this? So you can see right here, we are creating magic items together. Follow instructions. Don't spam. Huh? Oh man, I love it. So I have. Let's go over some ground rules or ground lines and stuff. First of all, everything that we create together tonight is going to be published over on my site, thedamlair.com, for the entire community to use. If you don't like the idea of your ideas being made available to other people to use for free, that don't contribute them, I guess, just be aware that that's what we're doing. We're creating resources for other dungeon masters to use. That's what we do in these streams. And what else was I gonna say? I just had my brain melted. Ah, yes. We're going to be using the Rory story cubes again. These worked so well, so crazy well for our puzzle creation. We're gonna be doing this for the magic items as well. What I have found is that when I just ask people for ideas, we get like crazy spam of like 50 ideas, and then I have to like try to find one that to use. The story cubes are going to give us guidelines. They're going to give us prompts, and then we need to use our creativity to come up with a magic item according to the prompts. And I think that is, let's just say better. More manageable. I don't know. It helps us build our creativity. By the way, I put a link down in the description to the Rory story cubes that I use, just in case you want to pick up your own. I think they were amazingly useful in our puzzle creation, which is why I want to use them for magic item creation. All right, Ver, see you later, buddy. Thanks for hanging with us. I get that you guys have ideas and you want your ideas to be used, but literally when people brainstorm ideas, it's like a big old wall of ideas, and it's really hard to, yeah. Random Twin, yes, the cubes are on my Amazon page as well. Yeah. In fact, the link that I have right down below in the description, you guys, it is an affiliate link, and so it does help support the channel. You actually don't even have to buy them. If you just click the link, it helps support the channel, believe it or not. Or you could click the affiliate link and then go buy something else that you wanted to buy anyway, and that helps support the channel. So if you want to help support the channel and the crap we create around here, then just click that stupid link, and it's easy. You don't even have to buy anything. All right, let's rock and roll. Let me get some of these out. And on my Word document. So I also have over here on my desktop. Let us... hold on a second. I need to make this so you guys can actually... What? A piece of junk. Like, there we go. That's better. Because you guys are, like, if my cameras and stuff are covering it up, you're not going to be able to see anything. And then I'll zoom in a little bit. Oh, no! Let's go that way. There. That's better. Okay. This is our process for creating the magic items. We're going to roll some cubes. Then we're going to brainstorm a magic item based on the results on the cube. And then we're going to create the magic item. We'll make game mechanics and stuff like that. We'll assign a rarity. And finally, we're going to name the item. Okay? So, that's it. That's our process. We do have a couple special requests up here that we're going to work on. But I want to just start rolling some cube ideas here. So, let me get some dice out. Cover your ears. This might be loud. Sorry. My microphone's very sensitive. People are like, ah! Alright. I gotta get... These things are all like in bunches of boxes and stuff. I gotta get them out of their boxes. Open things up. Hazem, thanks for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate it. Cool. I'm gonna pick 3 dice. Thien has a headache. I'm grabbing 3 dice and I'm gonna roll them. I can't get them out of here. It's kind of hard. All right, we have, oh crap, that's the wrong camera. We have an abacus. So there's an abacus. I don't know if you can see that, if it's focusing, but we have an abacus. We have somebody falling. There's somebody falling. And then we have, I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna go to full camera so you guys can see this. I have no idea what this is. What would you say that is? What is that to you? There's like a person standing in the middle of like a swirly thing. I don't even know what that is. That's something. So let's go over to here. Confusion, hypnotism. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So we have an abacus. We have someone falling. And then we have confusion or hypnotism. I spelled that right. I have cat hair in my eye. That is not surprising, considering how many cats I have. All right, cool. Magic item. Give me some ideas. What kind of magic item could we create based on these prompts? We have an abacus, someone falling, and confusion or hypnotism. A ring of clumsiness. I like it, I like it, I like it. How can we get the abacus into it? How does the abacus fall into it? An abacus that hypnotizes you into thinking you are falling. A potion that makes you think you have feather fall. Toxic Okami, that's cruel, man. I kind of like this idea. I like the, let's go with the Ring of Confusion. What does this ring do? Like, what are the effects of this ring? And Are there beneficial effects? Is this a beneficial ring or a cursed ring? Maybe it has both. Maybe there was a beneficial effect, but there's also some drawbacks to using it. All right, let's storm around this ring of confusion. Wouldn't that be more of a curse item? I don't know. Pitch me an idea on this ring of confusion. It gives you feather falling, but you lose intelligence. Ring of confusion, folks. Ring of confusion. A confusion ring that casts confusion on one creature. It has 4 charges. Let's call this a hypnotic ring of confusion. We're gonna say hypnotic ring of confusion. The wearer can cast hypnotic pattern. Hypnotic pattern 3 times per day. While worn, when the wearer is struck by a blow, when the wearer takes damage, they must make a DC something save, and then something save, or become confused per the spell. I think confusion is an actual spell, right? For 1 minute. How does that sound? How does something like that sound? Is that too crazy? A DC 15 wisdom save for a confusion effect? I think that makes sense. Ah. What is the spell? Let's look at the spell confusion. Let's see what this spell actually does. Confusion. I want to see how powerful this spell is. It's a 4th level spell. That's pretty powerful. You can't take reactions, and you have to roll a d10 to decide what you actually do. That's pretty powerful. I think having it last for 1 minute is a lot. Let's say, or become confused per the spell confusion until the end of their next turn. There we go. That way it has the effect, which is not fun, but it dials it back a little bit, and it's not that bad. That sounds a little more balanced, I think. I think we got it. Yeah, Bianca agrees. Bianca, we have made the executive decision together. DC probably lower. Yeah, Aaron, I was thinking the same thing. 15 is kind of high. If we make it a 13, that's not that bad. I think this is good enough. One of the rules of creating magic items, you guys, is this restriction right here. It's important to restrict to just a couple magical effects. Going overboard is an anti-pattern for homebrew magic item creation, unless the intent is to create a legendary item. Okay, so this is like one of our guidelines that we have. This is a wondrous item. Wait, or is it a ring? No, it's a ring. Haha, it's a ring. And what's the rarity? What's the rarity, do you guys think, for this? And this is a gut check. Rare? What do you think? Does it feel rare to you? It's uncommon seems a little bit, I don't know, uncommon. I'm not sure. Definitely a cursed item. Well, here's the thing. Because there's a drawback to it, if it were rare and it has a drawback, that brings it to uncommon. So maybe it's just uncommon because it has that drawback to it. A lot of people are saying rare. Well, the 4th level spell, but the 4th level spell is against the wearer. It's the wearer that's affected by confusion. And Hypnotic Patterns is the 3rd level spell. Okay, I'm gonna go with rare. I see enough people saying rare that I think rare is fine. Does it require attunement? Should it require attunement? I feel like attunement. Because it's allowing you to cast a spell, Hypnotic Pattern is strong. I see a lot of people saying no, though, and then a yes. No attunement. I see lots of no attunement. What if one person puts it on, they cast Hypnotic Pattern 3 times, they take it off and they give it to somebody else, and then they cast Hypnotic Pattern 3 times per day, you know? We'll say the ring can be used by a wearer to cast Hypnotic Pattern 3 times per day. That doesn't, that just made it passive tense. That actually didn't fix it. I need to make this clear that you can't just take it off. Oh, it has 3 charges. Oh, yes. Thank you. Making it have charges solves it. The wearer can use 1 charge to cast Hypnotic Pattern. The ring has 3 charges. And at dawn, and has 3 charges that are recharged, regenerated, restored at dawn each day. How's that? I think that fixes it. Okay, and then no attunement. So no attunement. All right, cool. That's simple. How's the name sound? Replenished? Yeah, replenished. How does the name sound? Should we change the name, or does that sound okay? Can we think of a cooler name besides Hypnotic Ring of Confusion? So James, thanks for the suggestion. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate it. If our story cubes lead us in the direction of a legendary bow, then we may do that. I have this thing in the process right here. Important note. I didn't mention this. I apologize. Super chats or cheers do not get your idea picked. Good ideas should bubble to the top, not financially backed ideas. So if it so happens that we come up with legendary bow, that's cool. But I don't want to push the chat to do that, you know? Mostly we're being guided by the cubes. The cubes are guiding us tonight. Yeah, I just highlighted that note. Oh, I should highlight it. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Penguin Butt. I feel bad when people super chat it and then I'm like, no. But there are reasons that I don't want super chats to get your idea picked. I have had on occasion some ideas super chatted that like were hard to implement and kind of like ground our process down a little bit. And so I'd rather just let an idea like stand on its own, you know, on its own merit, as opposed to, you know, throwing money at it. Oh, people are brainstorming names and I'm distracted. Ring of the Muddled Mind. Ring of Mental Vertigo. Anti-Disney. Ring of Abacus. Ooh. Ring of Mind Mastery. Ooh, the ring looks like an abacus. Hey, how about we, you know what we could do? Hey, James. Hey, James Newell. You want to name this ring for us? Since you just threw us a super chat, how about we do that? Name the ring. What do you think? Or we can name it after you or something. I don't know. James Ring of Confusion or something. I don't know. What we can say on here, though, is this ring is made of gold and a small platinum abacus is, what do you call it? Fixed into the top of it? What do they call that? When they put something into the top of a ring. There's a word for it. There's a word for it, man. I forget the name for it. What is it? Inscribed, engraved, inset, thank you. Handlebar Fox, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. And a small platinum abacus is inset into the ring. Into it. Perfect. Hey, Munchgum, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, sir. Munchgum says, here's a little something for keeping it real and not just letting people buy spots for their ideas. I dig it. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. That was something I was thinking about after the last stream. I was like, you know what? I want ideas to percolate to the top based on their own merit. All right, so did we have a name to name this after James? I saw somebody had something about Newell. Just his name. James said Ring of the Chaotic Mind. Is that true? Use James's last name? Okay. Newell's. What was Melchior? What was your idea? Newell's Ring of the Muddled Mind. What if we say Ring of Newell's Muddled Mind? How about that? Or Newell's Muddled Mind Ring. I don't know, something like that. How's that sound? Yeah, we good? We good? All right, cool. All right, next, let's do another one. A horned deity. Professor Newell's. Nice. I am bored. You know what? I am bored. Every time I see your name in chat, dude, for a moment, I think that somebody in chat is typing out that they're bored. And I'm like, okay, do I have to dance or do something nuts to entertain you? Thanks, man. I'm glad you like the music. My alarm's going off. Well, it's a good time for my alarm to go off. The alarm reminds me to thank all of my wonderful patrons and members really quick before we go into our next magic item. I really appreciate all the support you guys give to the channel and everything, helping me to continue creating videos for people, creating magic items like this, and publishing it out to the D&D community. So I really do appreciate it. In particular, we have Zoob the Zombie, Yokai, Ver, Theta Tag, Theen, Tactical Tokens, Son of a Sofa Man, Sophia W, Patrick C, Mr. Lemon Pie, Melkuth, Kurt Y, Joseph H, Jodo 1025, Joe M, Iron Lord 79, Celestea, Clammed Oyster Booch, Gamer, and Baoban. Thank you, everybody, for everything you do. I really do appreciate it. And there we go. I'm back to it. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Let's pick some new story cubes and roll again. My cat Squeaky is down here bothering me. Squeaky, what is the problem? Squeaky! He's not even on camera. Can you hear him? He's like, meow! Give me attention. Squeaky! Alright, I'm going to roll 2 cubes because one of our prompts is going to be a horned deity. Because one of my patrons has a request for a magic item. And so one of our guidelines is going to be a horned deity. And then I'm going to roll 2 story cubes. Okay. So one of them is a cactus. So we have a cactus. And we have I have no idea what this is. What the heck is this, you guys? Come on, camera, focus. There we go. What does that look like to you? What do you guys think that is? A postcard? A letter? An ID or something? I have no idea what that is. Raven Wolf, where did I get these dice? There's a link down in the description. These are Rory's story cubes. I have an Amazon link down in the description to the exact pack of these that I got. Very useful. Looks like a battery. Squeaky! Jeez! It's bothering me. It's like, give me attention. Give me attention. Rotate it and it's a fridge? Gosh, I don't know what that is. Hey Akumo, thanks for subscribing, buddy. So we have, I gotta go to my other screen. Oh my gosh, this cat's driving me nuts. Come on. Come on, get up here. Come on, big baby. He's so demanding right now. It's like he's the boss. Yes, his name is Squeaky for a reason. So we have a horned deity, we have a cactus, and we have a postcard. An ID? An envelope. Oh, it's an envelope. I see people saying re-roll. No, this is the challenge of creativity, you guys. To have these prompts and then figure out what we're going to do with them. Oh, see, Rebecca's got some ideas. A packet of seeds that when thrown on the ground sprout thorny demonic plant life in massive quantities. See, there's some ideas. I like that. Let's do something like that. That's great. This cat. I swear. Theen says, how much do I have to super chat to get you to dance for us here? What do you guys think? For me to do a stupid dance on stream, how much does he have to super chat? Let's crowdsource it. $100? What do you guys think? So we got 1 vote for 100, $20, $25, $100, $3. No, I don't dance for $3. No way. $20, push-ups, 150, $20. I see 100,000. Sarah M. You are my new best friend, Sarah. I like the business mind there. $100,000. Hey, Squeaky, knock it off. Probably $50, dude. Let's go with $50. I want to make it high because he's not going to give me $50. That way I don't have to dance. Oh. All right, so we have a packet of seeds. Okay. What is that? Oh, okay. This packet of seed, this packet contains how many seeds? How many seeds should it contain? Should we do like all right, guys, let's refocus. Let's focus back on the magic item. How many seeds should this contain? How many dice? Let's roll dice for it. Like 2d6, you know, something like that. 2d10. 1d20. $1d6 seeds per empty. Oh, okay. The bearer of this packet this magical pouch, call it a pouch, packet, whatever. The bearer of this magical pouch can use an action to scatter 1d6 seeds across the ground. The seeds immediately sprout into thorny animated plants. What kind of stat block should we use for a thorny animated plants? I'm thinking something like a blight. I'm thinking like a twig blight or something like that. What do you guys think? Thorny animated plants that obey the bearer of the pouch. We could say the plants last for 1 hour or until reduced to 0 hit points. A needle blight? Well, let's take a look. So I think it's a blight. I think a blight sounds about right. Let's see what we got. We have a twig blight. We have a vine blight, twig blight. There's a tree blight. That's really big. That's not going to work. Is there a needle blight? Where's the needle blight? There it is. So a vine blight is a 1/2. A twig blight is a 1/8. A needle blight. Let's do a needle blight because that's like a 1/4. A vine blight is kind of, well, that's not that bad. It's a CR 1/2. That's not that bad. We could do a vine blight. Or you know what we could do? We could make it even more interesting. We could say 1d6 seeds across the ground. Squirty Pie, stop. She's over here getting into trouble. Another one of my cats is over here getting into trouble. Jeez. We could say like half of the plants are twig blights and the other half vine blights. How's that? I don't know. Something like that. 1d4 vine blights and 2d4 twig blights. Oh, that's not bad. One scattering produces 1d4. Let's say 1d4. 1d4 plus 2 twig blights. 1d4 needle blights. and 1d2 vine blights. How's that? How does that sound? Does that sound okay? So they're getting a bunch of the weaker ones, and then the more powerful ones they don't get quite as many of. So I think that's pretty decent. Yeah, 6 vine blades would be a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Wild Wolf. A D2 is like a... It could also be a D4, and then a 1 and a 2 is just a 1, and then a 3 and a 4 is a 2. Yeah, it's good enough. I agree. And then we're gonna say the pouch can be used once per day. How's that sound? Can be used once per day. Bam. This should go up here. You guys, our request was to make a magic item linked to Kasim's horned god. How is this magic item linked to a horned god? So, the horned god, to put some perspective around here. Oh, see you later, I'm bored. So, Kasim's horned god is a deity kind of like Ilmatir, who is concerned with suffering in the world. The followers of the horned god want to provoke suffering on themselves, so they always want to like endure suffering themselves as opposed to like putting it on other people. And so how could we tweak this little pouch of seeds to have some connection with Kasim's horned god of suffering? How could we do that? I want there to be a more direct connection and that my player will be able to see. You take damage on yourself? Maybe the seeds don't sprout unless watered by blood. Ooh. I kind of like that. I like that. Well, if the blights are hostile to the PC, you know, they're probably never going to use them. And if they do, the other people in the group are not going to like them for it. And so I don't really want to do that. Okay. The bearer of this okay. We're going to say the bearer of this magical pouch can use an action to scatter seeds across the ground and water them with the bearer's own blood, dealing 1d6 damage to themselves. So you have to water with your own blood. So you're hurting yourself. You're producing suffering on yourself. Okay. And I feel like there needs to be some sort of like 1d6 isn't that much. It's an average of 3 damage. It's not that much at all. 1d6. It's probably gonna be slashing. I mean, you gotta like slash yourself or something. I don't know. Ooh, the seeds prick you when touched, producing a small amount of blood. Oh, that's a great idea. So we'll say scattering. We'll say the seeds are very prickly and deal 1d6 piercing damage to the bearer when they scatter them. However, it is this blood that causes them to sprout. And then we'll say, attempting to scatter seeds without shedding of the bearer's blood causes the seeds not to sprout. All right, cool. When scattered properly, how's that? How does that sound? Now, so we got a link of damage and stuff. You're always pricked. You always get damaged. You have to get damaged. I think we built that into here. So even if you have sacrifice for the blood seeds. And I feel like what can be written on this pouch? Like, to make a more direct question to this horned god, maybe there's some sort of like iconic, like a symbolism or something on the pouch itself that does like a direct link to the horned god. What do you guys think? I specifically say, attempting to scatter seeds without the shedding of the bearer's blood causes the seeds not to sprout. It must be the bearer's blood. Shedding. Sheeting? Shedding. Did I have it right the first time? Kasim's little pouch of horrors. Oh, I like that. I like that. A horn with a blood drop coming from it. Shedding, thank you. Thank you for helping me spell. I appreciate that. What does that say? Yeah. This magical pouch has depicted on its exterior a horn dripping with blood. How's that? I think that's pretty good. A golden wax seal with a horn, or a red wax seal with a horn. How far wide can you throw it? Can use an action to scatter seeds across the ground, within 10 feet. Across the ground, up to 10 feet away. Up to 10 feet away. There we go. I don't know about the envelope. It's a little packet. We'll just say magical packet. It's close to an envelope. This item can be used once per day. Are we good? Blood for the blood god. Have you ever tried to throw a seed 10 feet? Huh, that is a very good point. You're like, ha! All right, now what's our next step? Our next step is to a rarity. We got to make a rarity for it. So this is clearly a wondrous item. How rare do we think this is? I feel like it's definitely rare. Does it feel uncommon? I'm not sure if it feels uncommon. It's at least rare. Who am I? Am I ignoring you? Or is somebody else ignoring you? I hear very rare. Lots of very rares. Lots of very rares. And then some rares. Okay. Wow. That's a tough one. If only I had dice that I could roll. So let's make it very rare, but does not require attunement. I don't have any dice. It's look like I play D&D or something and have a bunch of dice. What the? We're gonna go with very rare and say it does not require attunement. Nobody's gonna attune to this item. This is not the sort of item you would attune to be able to use this once per day. All right, cool. We're good. And name. I'll put this down here. I think we're ready to roll dice. Random twin has dice next to him. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna get a couple more Rory story cubes, and then we're gonna roll some dice here. I'm gonna get one of these blue ones, and I'm gonna roll 3 of these. Bacon. Yeah, we do have a request, you guys. How many sets of Rory story cubes do I have? I have like 6 of them. Joseph, I have a link down in the description to the Rory story cube packet that I bought, and it comes with like a lot of them. I think it comes with all of them, maybe, or close to all of them that they've made. I don't know, but it came with a lot of them, and so yeah, I have a bunch of them. I was just like, you know what? I want all of them. Give all of them to me. So I just bought them all. All right. We have a Triceratops. And I'm immediately going to rule out anything that summons a Triceratops. That has been ruled out. We need to be more creative than that. I have a bee. My focus will not focus on the bee, but trust me, that's a bee. That's a bee. It's an elephant? No, that's a Triceratops. And we have somebody tossing a ball. Somebody throwing a ball. Okay, so I have a Triceratops. We have someone throwing a ball. And we have a bee, a bumblebee. One word? One word. Okay. Give me some ideas. What are we going to do with that? You throw a Triceratops trinket at a target to unleash a swarm of bees. A dart of devastating power. Oh, I like the idea of it being a dart. I like that idea. Because you don't find very many magical darts in the game. Okay, so we have a dart. What if the dart is shaped, has like bumblebees on it or something, or it's shaped like a bumblebee, and its stinger like injects poison or something into you? What about something like that? Triceratops. Oh, Triceratops. Loogie, we're onto something. This magical dart was made from the mythical, from stingers, from the mythical Triceratops. The tip is fashioned into 3 stingers that inject a powerful poison into their target. All right, what does this do though? I got it started. We got the ball rolling. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even showing it to you. Thank you. Whoops, that's me upside down. That's not gonna do it. Here you go. So this magical dart was made from stingers from the mythical Tricerabes. The tip is fashioned into 3 stingers that inject a powerful poison into their target. All right, what else we got? Don't pick your nose. Now that makes my nose itchy when you tell me not to do that. Luke Kin Technology. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, how much damage? How much damage? The target, in addition to, well, how much damage does a normal dart do to people? A dart does like what, 1d4? 1d4 or something? Yeah, 1d4. In addition to the standard damage for a dart, the target takes how much damage? 1d6? 3d4? That's a lot. Nah. 3d4 damage. 3d4 poison damage. How do they word this? There's a special wording for like the saving throw and stuff. The target must make a DC something Constitution saving throw. And takes 3d4 poison damage or half as much damage on a successful save. There's a special wording for that. Oh my gosh, and I always mess this up. They have a way to state this in the game rules, and I always mess it up. Poison is a weak type. You're absolutely right. Poison is a very weak type. The target... This cat is chewing on my feet. Stop it, Squeaky. The target must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take 3d4 poison damage. Let's say acid damage. Poison is very weak. Stop chewing on my feet. He's literally under my desk, like chewing on my toes. And now he's rolling on the ground because he wants me to pet his belly. Poison is weak because a lot of people have resistance to it. It's like there are lots of people that have resistance to poison. It's pretty common to get resistance to poison. Thank you, Theen. The target must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take 3d6 acid damage or half as much on a successful one. Yeah. I don't know. It's something like that. I'm not gonna nitpick the wording. One of these days I'll just have it memorized and I'll just know how to do it. But I know 3d6 is a lot of damage. What is that? What is... No, I'm saying 3d4. 3d4. That averages out to like 3 times 2.5 is like, what, 7 damage? That's not a lot. Yeah, there are lots of creatures that are immune to poison. Or have resistance to poison. Anyway, I think we're good. Are we pretty much good on this? Does the dart, if you just throw it once, you have to go pick it up and get it back. Does it return to you? Maybe it returns to you too. Should we have it return to you? If the dart misses, it will fly back to the thrower. I like that. I like that, Dan the Man. That's good. We will say, when thrown, the dart magically grows a pair of large bumblebee wings that guide it toward its target. Bumblebee wings that, oh, here we go, that increase its range to, what should it be? Like a bow. Let's make it have a good range. Something like a bow. Let's do a short bow. What's the range on a short bow? 80, 320. 80, 320. Furthermore, if the dart misses, the wings cause it to return to the thrower at the beginning of its next turn. There. That's a cool little property. But it's not like crazy overpowered, I feel. What do you guys think? This is borderline legendary? Really? Legendary? I don't think so. The extra damage is pretty pitiful. It's like 8 extra damage. It only comes back to you if it misses. That's not that powerful. I don't think it's that powerful. Make it a bonus action to do what? To throw it? No. No. Uncommon? I hear people say, okay, yeah, let's do a rarity. Let's do a rarity. Mike Foster's like, shoot me with it. Shoot me with it. So this is it's a weapon. It's a dart. Uncommon. It's low damage. It's low damage. It's not even, it doesn't even give you a +1 to hit or a +1 to damage. It just does a little bit of extra acid damage one time in a combat because you're gonna have to go pick it up. It's not that big of a deal. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. I feel like uncommon. Does it require attunement? I mean, it does fly back to you. Uncommon with attunement. I sunk your battleship. Okay, dude. Yeah, Nixit, I think that's what I'm thinking. Attunement because it comes back to the thrower. That feels like an attunement thing. The Dungeon Master using it can always change it, you know. It's not that powerful though. It is not that powerful. This is the type of magic item that you're going to get early in the game. And later on in the game, you're not even going to want to use it anymore because you're going to have better magic items. So I think it's okay to have to attune to this early in the game. Because eventually it's going to be a piece of junk and you're going to get something different, you know? Alright, let's name it. Let's name it. Name that magic item. Name that magic item. I'm out of coffee. I'm gonna tip it back just to get the very last drop out of there. I have to move on to water now. What is going on around here? Okay, here we go. The bumbling bee, stinger dart, triceradart, stinging needle of the tricerabee. I like the needle, stinging bee. Dart of the tricerabees. Triceradart, the triceradart. Ooh, I like that one. The triceradart. The stinging needle of the tricerabee. I kind of like the triceradart. I think the triceradart sounds pretty cool. The triceradart. Is that spelled okay? The triceradart. The bumble tops. All right, cool. Let's do it. Bam! Rock and roll. The triceradart. I think we'll move on to our next one. All right, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. Oh, sorry. I'm not showing you my my screen. I'm a moron. Penguin Butt's keeping me honest. It's like, Luke, you gotta show your screen, Luke. Come on, let's go. Get your act together. What kind of streamer, what kind of broadcaster, YouTuber person do you think you are? I spelled dart wrong? Where? No, I didn't. That's dart. That's dart. I got dart. I didn't spell dart wrong. All right, let's find some. I'm gonna get a couple new Rory's Story Cubes, and we will roll again. I'm gonna get one of these red ones and a green one. Get a red one, get a green one, and gonna get a black one here. Melchior says that I admitted to being a moron. There's no hope for us. I am kind of a moron sometimes, you guys. I'm like, ah. Oh, you want to hyphen it? That's a good idea. The triceradart. There's a typo for you. All right. Let's do some rolling. Santa's evil cube of badness. Hey, what's up, Chance? How you doing? The tricerafart. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, you guys, look at that. We have a helmet. Come on, focus, camera, focus. Focus on my palm of my hand. Come on, focus. Ah! It won't. The focus is like locked. Anyway, that's a helmet, guys. That's a helmet. That is like a big helmet. Stupid camera. We have a helmet, and ooh, you guys, we have a chest. Still won't focus. That's a chest. Stupid camera. Chest. That's a chest. And we have... What does that look like to you? What would you guys say that is? What do you guys think that is? It's not a helmet, it's a coffee maker. What's this one right here? Ink? Blood? An ink splot? An acid puddle? It could be, it's ink or a blood spot. All right, cool. Magic item. Let's go. Ideas. What kind of magic item? I feel like we're going to end up with a helmet somehow. I gotta put some eye drops in. My eyes are getting really dry. A helm of holding? Ooh, interesting, Rebecca. A talking helmet, it alerts you to danger. A magic helm that produces ink. Armor of acid. A helmet of holding. If you stick a treasure map on the helmet, it's a navigation system to the treasure. Interesting. Oh, an enchanted helmet then when wearing it makes the treasure in the room glow slightly. Interesting. You know what? What if we did this? What if the helmet could be, what if it has like 3 charges and you could use 1 charge to maybe like determine the direction to the nearest like bit of treasure, and then another charge could cast like locate object or something. So it would like, yeah, it would help you find treasure basically. It just points you in the direction of the nearest treasure, and then with 1 charge, and then maybe like locate object or something. How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty interesting. Okay. This helmet can be used to find treasure and other objects of interest to the wearer. It has 3 charges that replenish daily at dawn. All right. That replenish after... Yeah, replenish daily at dawn. Whatever, who cares? The wearer can use 1 charge to determine the direction of the nearest treasure. They can also use 1 charge to cast locate. Is it locate object? Is that the name of it? I think that's the name of it. Locate object. I'll see what in a second. What will I see in a second? What did I do? What did I not see? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I did it again. Oh my gosh, how do I do this? How do I do this every time? Oh, I'm so dumb. This is like the 3rd time I've done this. I need one of you to like just sit next to me and just like hit me on the head every time I do this and be like, Luke, will you figure your crap out? Whoops. I have a cat right below me. And then another orange. This is orange. Orange is so adorable. I love orange. Orange. This is orange. He's a big doofus. He's kind of like me. Orange. Orange is so adorable. Whoops. All right, I didn't forget this. I did not forget to switch it back. Okay, cool. How does that sound? How is this sounding? Boss man needs more coffee. Yeah. So it can find treasure. It has 3 charges that replenish daily at dawn. 1 charge, the direction of the nearest treasure, and 1 charge to cast locate object. Okay. Find the path? What is find the path, Dan? Find the path. What level spell is that? A 6th level spell, wow. To find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specified fixed location that you are familiar with on the same plane of existence. Wow, that's interesting. I don't mind that. It's a high level spell, but it feels thematically appropriate to this magic item. And then we could say, the wearer can use the charges as follows. 1 charge to determine location of the nearest treasure. 1 charge to cast locate object. 3. What? This should be 2. What if this is 2 charges? Yeah, maybe it's 2 charges. And then 3 charges to cast find the path. Yeah, how's that? How's that sound? And I think this is good. There doesn't need to be anything else that this does. This is pretty powerful. But how do we incorporate ink or a blood puddle into here? How do we incorporate that part of the story cube? I don't really want there to be another magical effect because I think we have enough on this magic item. But maybe there's a little bit of flavor that we can add to it using the ink or blood puddle. What do you guys think? What could we do with that? We'll get to attunement in a little bit. I wanna flesh this out. The ink or blood puddle part. I wanna flesh that out. There is no range. It is simply to determine the direction of the nearest treasure. We'll say within 1 mile. Bam. There we go. While worn, you appear to be bleeding. When a spell is active, the helmet drips ink constantly. Oh, I like that idea. That's really cool. It needs ink to work. When doing find the path, it is drawn in the air with magic ink. Hold on a second. Ooh, interesting. Yes, we got it. Okay. When a charge is expended, when used, the helm drips magic ink that plots out a path. That plots out a path to treasure, the object, or what is it, location? Yeah, or a location. Or a location, depending on which effect is used. Bam, I think we got it. I think we got it. So that's how it works. Yeah, baby. I like it. Cool. Okay, now let's do, this is a wondrous item. And rarity. This is definitely attunement item. This is definitely attunement. What about rarity? What do you guys think for rarity? Very rare mantle of treasure. No, if we put vials of ink in it to replenish charges, that's too powerful. They would just stock up on ink and they'd have unlimited charges. Having it daily at dawn is good. Very rare. Very rare. This is pretty powerful. I don't know if it's that powerful though. It can cast a 6th level spell. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Okay. We can say very rare. All right. Name that magic item. Oops, sorry, Squeaky. He's like underneath my feet. I had to turn my fan off. I was hot and then I got cold. Helm of the Seeker. Ooh. Treasure Hunter's Helm, digging for gold. Helm of the Seeker. Inkwell's Gold. Helm of Finding. Mantle of Treasure Hunting. Helm of the Path. Helm of Bleeding Ink. I think Helm of the Seeker sounds pretty cool to me. Cool. Done and done. Yay! Yay! Name? It's a really soggy helm. Yeah, is that soggy? All right, let's roll some more cubes. Let's roll some cubes here. Let's put that one away. Let's get some fresh cubes. I'm gonna grab this one, and then I'm gonna grab a couple of these ones here. All right, here we go. No, we discovered when we were doing puzzles last week that if you do too many cubes, it becomes too hard. It felt like 3 cubes was a really good. 3 cubes was about right to come up with an idea. Well, I know, I'm not forgetting the screen. Yeah, we did 4 and it was too many. We have, well, what is this? What would you say that is? Some sort of bottle? It looks like a potion bottle or something. A bottle or a vial? What do you guys think? It's like a glass vial or a genie lamp. It could be a genie lamp. Glass vial or a genie lamp. Okay, cool. What's this? What does that look like? Come on, focus on the stupid camera. Let's get our act together. Can't see it, it's all blurry. I apologize, my camera's dumb. The cameras are designed to focus on your face. Webcams are designed to focus on your face, and so it doesn't want to do this. I mean, it looks like a fingerprint to me. I didn't want to say that because I want you guys to look at it and be inspired, you know, and to use your imaginations and stuff, but stupid camera. Fingerprint. Stone smoker cloud. I know, Munchgum. It's like it's all blurry. You can't tell what the heck it is. Ha 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 ha. This one's cool. Stupid thing. Focus. Oh, that's better. That's how I do it. Now you can see. See it? Now it focused. It's a little dude with a shadow, with a monster shadow or something behind him. We got a monster shadow. All right, now I'm gonna change back to the screen. Okay, so this is what we have. We have a glass vial, a genie lamp, a fingerprint, and a monster shadow. All right, here's what's gonna happen. I need to go take a bio break real quick. All right, and then when I come back, you guys think, let things percolate up here, and then when I get back, we'll flesh that out. Okay, I'll be right back. So just take a second. Get this cat underneath my feet. Squeaky. All right, let's get this going. I just opened Excel. Totally clicked the wrong button. All right. Rock and roll. What do we got going on here? Let's see what ideas we have in the chat. I gotta look through. Oh, I like that. Matthew Maple. This shadowy flask seems to absorb light as if its substance whisks around inside. That's a good description. I like that. Cool. I like that. Oh, haha. You magically change your identity, but your shadow doesn't match. It projects a demonic image behind you. Oh. Ah, I kind of like that idea. Okay, that's cool. Yep, I'm on Penguin Butt's idea. I got it. Okay. When drunk, this magical potion affects the imbiber per the alter self. What about alter self? How does that spell work? That sounds like a good spell. Per the alter self. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Let's do per alter self. Per the alter self spell. However, the users, the imbiber's shadow does not change to match. Instead, their shadow appears as a demonic creature with wings and sharp, pointy teeth. How's that? Hey, Kim Serio, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I think it refills daily at dawn. It's like a multi-use thing. Yeah. The potion slowly refills after being used, replenishing within. No, instead of daily at dawn, let's just say that it takes a certain amount of hours to get filled up again, like 1d6 hours. What about 1d6 hours, or 1d6 plus 1 hours? How does that sound? That makes it more interesting than just daily at dawn, you know? I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. How about fingerprints? So we got the glass vial, we got a monster shadow. How about a fingerprint? How can we incorporate fingerprints into this magic item? It doesn't have to be a magical effect, it could just be some flavor, but how could we incorporate fingerprints into it? Your fingerprints stay the same? Could be. Oh, that's the identity part? Oh, that's the identity part. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. It has a thumbprint on the lid. Your fingerprints stay the same. The fingerprints are part of the identity in this case. Yeah, that's a good point. Identity equals fingerprint. Okay, fair. So it sounds like we got that covered. I'm good. Jacob Farley said $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Contributing to a live stream dice cam. What? To have a special camera just for the dice? I actually thought about that. I literally thought about that because check this out. I thought about that before the stream and decided not to do it. But I literally have a camera. Where is that? I have this camera right here that I could hook up as a dice cam. I could do that right now. It'll take. Hold on. This will take me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna swap this camera live right now. Hold on a second. This won't take me very long. Just gonna swap this really quick here. Check this out. I considered doing this at the beginning of the stream, and then I decided not to for some reason. But I totally have all of the gear that I need because I have a little arm right here, and then I'm just gonna hook this up to my camera. It's a good idea. I don't know. I don't remember why I decided not to do this. Like, I'm pretty much done. Ow, I just hit the microphone. That probably hurt somebody's ears. Okay, you guys ready? Like I should have just done this. There it is. Hold on, I gotta fix the focus. Where is the miniature cam? I just got to fix the focus on it because it's not focusing properly. And it looks like the brightness is a little too bright. There we go. I think that's pretty good. How's that? Pretty good, right? Why didn't I do that before? Exposure? Yeah, it might be the exposure. Let me see if I can crank it down. Yeah, that was it. It was the exposure. The exposure was too high. I think a -6 on the exposure looks best. Crank the brightness a little bit. Right about there. That's pretty clear. Cool. I like it. Thanks, Penguin Butt. That pretty much does it. Boom! Alright, we have a dice cam. I don't know why I didn't do that. I literally was like, oh, I should do this, and then I was like, ah. Okay, anyway, what's going on? Oh, I think we were done. Except that we need to do the name. Let's do the name. Name. Name it. Name it. Who's going tonight? Dito. Dito's taking off. See you later, buddy. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you Monday, Dito. I know you'll be at on my Twitch stream on Monday. What is the name of this? Potion of Shadow Self, Vial of Secrets, The Devil's Fingerprint. Ooh. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Oh, I kind of like that. The Devil's Fingerprint. What's the rarity, you guys? What rarity do you think this would be? Hey, Jeremy, thanks for subscribing, dude. Oh, what rarity? What would be the rarity of this? Uncommon? Very rare? Uncommon. How do you not notice a crazy shadow? It's not common. It allows you to cast a 2nd level spell. And it refills 1d6 plus 1 hours. See you later, Joseph. It's a 2nd level spell. Yeah, 2nd level spell you can... but it replenishes in 1d. I'm leaning toward rare because it replenishes quite frequently. And we're going to say no attunement. So no attunement. Yeah. Just because you can use it more than one time a day, I'm going to go with rare. All right, cool. Done. I love it. Okay, we have done 1, 2, 3. We've done 5 magic items so far. So let's do another one. Name. All right, let's go to our dice cam. Going to our dice cam. And I'm going to get some new dice. So I was using some of these. I'll grab another one of those. Let's see. Let's grab that one. We'll grab that one. And then we're using our Voyages dice. I'll grab one of these. Just one of them. And then I'll grab one of these. So here I have 3 dice. And we'll roll these. Sarah M says I'm keeping her from her school project. Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Not really. You can always turn me off, Sarah. Just, you know, close YouTube. All right, so what are these? What do we have? What's this first one? So we have 3 different items. What does this look like to you? What do we got? Yeah. Zoob, what up? Hey Zoob, how you doing, man? Zoob the zombie. You know, you strolled in like at the end of the stream pretty much. We got like 20 minutes to go, dude. We have a fountain, a forest, and a flask. Cool. So those are our prompts to make our magic item. All right, let's brainstorm a magic item. What do we got? Oh, Zoob, you were here earlier? Okay, cool. All right, man. That's good, dude. Well, thanks for coming back. The flask suggests alchemy. Yeah, I agree, Aunt Elizabeth. Something to do with alchemy, maybe. Alchemy. What kind of alchemical thing can we do with a flask? A flask that can be filled with water and it becomes a health potion. Ooh. Ooh. A fountain of healing. The forest could be nature. Let's do this. It's a flask that you fill with you put water in it, and something forest related. I want the effect to be something nature related, something forest related. I like the idea of filling the flask with water, but I want it, and then it turns magical, but I want it to be forest related, something naturey, you know? Zidulus, thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat. Can you explain the dice a bit? Kind of want to buy them. Okay, so the dice, sir, what we're using are these Rory... Whoa, that's not the right camera. We're using these Rory story dice. I have a whole packet of these things that I bought. I have lots of these things. There is a link down in my description to these Rory story cubes. And it's an Amazon link. It does support the channel if you click it. But I bought the entire collection, I think. I pretty much bought a crap ton of them. And I am finding them super useful to just be creative in D&D and create stuff. And that's why we're using them. They help inspire creativity and give us guidelines around which to develop things. So, yeah, that's what those are. Hey, what's up, Subcycle? Need, buying now. You know, I've heard of these things before, dude, and I only recently, well, I bought them back in like February, just haven't used them until now, basically. And they are coming in super, super handy. I love these things. Let's go back to my desktop. It polymorphs the drinker into a living tree. The drinker's skin turns to bark. Ooh, I kind of like that. It gives you bird wings. Ah. It allows the drinker to polymorph into a plant of their choice for up to 1 hour. They're immobile while polymorph but retain sight, sound, and thought. I like that. That is really cool. Do you know, that's super versatile. They could be a spy or something. No, we could give them a speed. We could give them a speed, like a walking speed of like 5 or something, like very, very slow walking speed. That way they could turn into a tree or something, or they could turn into a plant and then slowly creep around as like a spy that nobody would ever notice. Oh, I like that idea. I like that idea. Okay, cool. So, this flask, flask is made from bark, and when filled with water from a fresh spring, turns into a magical potion. Drinking the potion causes the imbiber to polymorph into a plant of their choice. While polymorphed, they plant of their choice for up to 1 hour. While polymorphed, they retain sight, sound, and thought, and have a movement speed of 5 feet. Okay, cool. There. Is that good? To polymorph per the polymorph spell into a plant of their choice for up to 1 hour. Is that it? Anything else we got to think of? Retain sight, sound, and thought, and have movement. Okay, yeah. We will say that the imbiber's mental abilities. No, we'll just say the imbiber's wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. No. The polymorph spell. Oh yeah. Charisma scores are not changed while polymorphed, because the normal polymorph spell actually changes that stuff. So we have to specify. Yeah, the stats do. The mental stats don't change. The mental stats don't change. Well, if they had tremor sense, we could say, well, if they maybe blind sight. While polymorphed, they lose their normal sight, but gain they have blind sight 60 feet, can hear and think, and their mental abilities are unchanged. This is worded so poorly. Oh my gosh, this is like a grammatical nightmare right here. While polymorphed, they have blind sight 60 feet, can hear, their mental ability scores are unaffected, and they have a movement speed of 5 feet. Oh my gosh. That's like a grammatical nightmare, but I think we're very close. Oh. Yeah, you can't speak as a plant. Yeah, you would be able to speak as a plant. Make it so they cannot cast spells. You can't cast spells normally when you're polymorphed. Advantage in stealth checks. Tremor sense because of the roots. Oh. Have blind sight 60 feet. Tremor sense. Tremor sense 120 feet. Like, I'm not going to go into specifics of whether they can cast spells or not. Like, that's up to the dungeon master to determine and adjudicate when it comes up. I think any plant is fine. If you cut off a root, you can grow a new player. Oh, that's funny. While transformed, they cannot speak. Except with other plants. I don't know. Is that good enough? I think we're good enough. I think we're good enough on this. Let's do a... This is like a wondrous item. What's the rarity on this? They can speak Groot. Oh, that's funny, dude. Nice. The young GM. It's a wondrous item. And... Wow. We got a very rare. We got uncommons. It's a polymorph spell, but it only transforms you into a plant. Is that powerful? I don't think it's that strong. It feels like rare. Well, tremor sense is powerful. I don't know. I almost feel like it's rare. But it's gonna have a we're gonna put a limit on it. I mean, it can be used like once per day or something. There needs to be a limit. It can be used once per day. I mean, you gotta put a limit on it, right? I feel like it's rare. It doesn't require attunement. I don't... Once per day to polymorph into a plant, nobody's gonna attune to that. Nobody will attune to that. It's not worth an attunement slot. Yeah, there are stat block monsters that are plants. Yeah, so you could turn into a something like an awakened tree or something. Sure, you could. If they take damage while transformed, the effect ends. I kind of like that idea, dude, because that prevents you from using it just like in combat to get extra hit points. If the user takes damage while transformed, the effect immediately ends. And that'll bring down the power level a little bit. It's now a spy. It's used for spying, not for combat. Okay, let's name it. Let's name it. Huh. Dryad's Elixir. Ooh. That's interesting. I can't use the word Groot. Like, that's like copyrighted and crap. Sylvan Sentry Flask. Flora Juice. Tree Juice. Sap Juice. Gallon of Groot. Vial of the Druid. It can be used once per day. Once per day. The Altry Flask. Ooh, I like that. I like that, Road Dog. Flora Flask. Sap of Soup. I think Flora Flask has a nice ring to it. Flora Flask. Cool. All right, rock and roll. All right, so to recap, we have the Ring of Newell's Muddled Mind, Kasim's Little Pouch of Horrors, the Triceradart, the Helm of the Seeker, and the Devil's Fingerprint, and then the Flora Flask. All right, rock and roll. Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will publish these out tomorrow morning-ish. Make these available for you guys to download and use and crap in your games over on my site, thedmlayer.com. And yeah, that was really good. We got some really creative stuff, and I'm loving these Rory story cubes. So very, very cool. I'm so glad I decided to try that out for the puzzles and stuff. So you guys remember to follow me on Twitch if you want to get notified when I go live over on Twitch. There's a link in the description to my Twitch channel. Recently I've been going live on Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays. We probably are going to do some more creation stuff, I think, on Twitch, and we'll just hang out and chill and stuff. On Wednesdays, I usually paint miniatures on Twitch as well. So yeah, come join me over there and the fun 3 times a week. Well, you get a stream on Monday, you get a video on Tuesday, another stream on Wednesday, and then a stream on Friday. It's like never ending. I'm gonna go home. I always say that, and I am home. All right, guys, you have a good one, and I'll see you next time. It's been fun. Thanks, guys. I gotta find the stop button. I know I am home. I know I'm home. I just don't. I'm just so used to saying that, you know. Good night, guys. Flame Wolf, Tofi, Layton, Dead Lucky, Munchgum, Loogie, Road Dog, Matthew Maple, Robert, AJ Silver Radio, Random Twin, Leighton West, Bicool, Penguin Butt, yeah, Zoob, Melchior. Thanks, guys. Elliot S, nice. Rian Jonker. I'm just reading names now. All right. Nova Tempest, what up? Danny, see you. Go to bed, Danny. Dang it. Rebecca, good night. Sean. The Hall of Thanes. See you, dude. All right, guys. I'm going to bed. Fred!